What night was Baba Booey on the Jimmy Kimmel show?
Thursday night.
Thursday night, I fell asleep. I woke up Friday morning. Beth was staring at me in bed and just said, "I've been waiting all night for you to wake up." She got woke.
She wanted to watch Gary?
Well, no, the dog woke her up or something, or the cat, one of the cats, and she got up and she leaves the TV on in the room for the cat because the cat likes it. Don't ask. So she walks by, and I guess the TiVo was taping Gary on Kimmel, so she ended up watching it live.
Oh,
and she was just beside herself. She said, "You're not going to believe what happened on Jimmy. Did you see it?"
Yes, yeah. I did.
She goes, "You're just not going to believe what happened. You have to watch it. You have to watch it." I said, "What happened?" She goes, "Oh, my God. It's the greatest thing ever." I said, "What could it be? What
did Gary do?"
Well, for those of you who didn't see it, Gary went out on Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy did an interview with him. And then he said to Gary, he played the tape of Gary throwing this pitch at Citi Field when Gary threw the ball at the Mets game, at the opening of the Mets game. And, that's like Gary's nightmare because he threw a horrible pitch. The most, let's say,
it was awful.
The most feminine pitch ever.
Yeah, it was awful.
And so Jimmy throws him a baseball glove and goes, "We measured and taped it out, and you, come on, I believe in redemption. Redeem yourself." So Gary goes, "Oh, I don't want to throw that, Jimmy." And
it didn't look set up at all because Gary stayed in the chair a long time. He really didn't want to do it.
Gary thought about it, and I guess, he had to think about it like for a few seconds. He looked dumbfounded, and then he went over, and he pitched so bad.
It was the same pitch.
I mean...
It's how Gary throws.
On the third pitch, he tried, he threw horribly. Jimmy said, "Try again." It was like toward the end of the show. "Try again." Gary throws again. A little less worse than the first time, but pretty bad. He says, "Try again." The third time, he hits a woman square in the head with the ball.
Yeah, but the ball always has that it like goes off. And it's just the way he throws.
Now, I got to tell you, like a million thoughts went through my head. I mean, Beth and I have been discussing it all weekend. First of all, if Jimmy had asked Gary to hit an audience member in the head,
he couldn't do it.
It was so unbelievably perfect.
And did you think, Jimmy's standing out there in the audience, so he certainly doesn't think Gary's going to hit the audience.
I don't know what he was thinking, but I got to tell you something. First of all, why they're throwing a ball into the audience when Gary can't pitch? I think
Gary is a wild thrower.
The funny thing is, Jimmy can throw. In fact,
he hit him every time.
My brother-in-law sent an email saying maybe Gary throws like a girl, but he goes, "Gary doesn't know how to throw." He said, "But Jimmy's got an awfully good throw."
Jimmy looked like a guy who had thrown a ball.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, of course, is an athlete and was a football player at Penn State and all this other stuff. So,
but you wouldn't even have to be that. Just the ease and the naturalness. There was nothing. Jimmy just threw the ball.
Yeah.
And it went right to Gary.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there watching it, and I said, why? Gary knows, he can't throw. First of all, it's a lose-lose situation. You're sitting there on national television. You're talking about your horrible pitch. And then Jimmy throws you a glove and says, "Let's pitch." Now, Gary could have done 20 different things. He could have gotten up and said, "Jimmy, I'm not humiliating myself again," and thrown the mitt, or said, "Thanks for the mitt," and left. I've retired.
Whatever.
Could have said, "Jimmy, I am not doing this at all. Jimmy,
I'm not prepared.
If I throw this ball badly, I'll be the brunt of a joke the rest of my life." What?
And Jimmy throwing the ball back so perfectly shows there's nothing on the ball. They weren't goofing on Gary in any way.
I would have taken a lighter and lit the ball on fire.
I would have lit myself on fire before throwing.
Or even throw it underhand if you're so inclined and just say, bowl it and say, "Jimmy, I'm not going there." What was going through your mind, brother? I mean, what the hell? I mean...
Okay.
You hit a woman in the head.
All right. We've now established that I can't pitch in front of people, and that I might not even be able
I don't think you can throw a ball.
I can throw a ball. And
I'm pretty sure I'm better than you. I got to try it.
I readily accept that.
Okay.
I felt that I had no choice. I felt that if I would have gotten up and said, "I'm not doing this," that it would have been just as bad, that everybody would have goofed on me.
Well, you do it in a funny way.
And then I also felt like the audience was like, they're screaming and yelling, and Jimmy's like, "Come on." You could see me going, "No."
You say, "Jimmy, I'd rather..." But Gary, you're like the woman who,
I felt put in a bad position.
You're like a woman who was raped, but spread her legs and said, "I'll do it."
Howard, I had 5 seconds to react. You're right. I
But
played
Gary,
over.
why would you throw a ball and
I didn't
humiliate
want to.
yourself?
I
So
didn't-
why did you do it if you don't want to?
Because I felt put in a weird position. I felt like if I didn't do it, it was
But let
going to
me
be
ask
just
you
as
something.
bad.
If he told you to whip your cock out and piss
It's not
on
the same
stage,
thing. It's not the same thing.
That's a no, right? I mean, whip your cock out and piss. So what? Say no.
You know what it is, though? Gary persists
And Gary
in
was-
thinking he can't
That's not the case.
throw.
I got to tell you, that wasn't the case at all. I didn't get up there and think that I was. I
made
got
a
up there.
fool out of you.
I know, and I'm really upset about it.
Why?
I felt like.
But you could say no.
But I couldn't. You couldn't say no. I can't explain it. But he put me on the spot. The audience is yelling. I felt like if I said no,
You know what you
I was
remind
going to
me
come. Hold on, let me finish. I felt like if I said no, I was going to come across like an asshole.
No, you wouldn't. How would you come across it? You say, Jimmy, I can't pitch. I'm crack under pressure.
And
I'll
then
have nightmares the rest of my life. I'd rather put a dress on you. Say something funny and
It's
leave.
funny that you said that because I sent a note to Jason and I said I felt like it was reliving a rape.
Yeah.
And I almost felt horrible I almost felt horrible using that example because you can't compare throwing a ball to a rape.
Well, when the first ball went off like that, what did you think?
I thought, oh my God. I don't know, man.
The first ball was awful. The second one was a little bit better, but awful.
Almost,
And I
yeah.
should
And the
have stopped
third
there.
one, when you beamed the woman in the head, by the way, is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
How do you know?
Because they told me.
Oh.
They asked me to sign a book for her.
Was it a hard ball?
Yeah, it's a hard ball. It's a regular hard ball. I have it with me if you want to see it.
Wow, she got beamed right in the head. Doesn't that hurt?
I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about that. I'm sorry to whoever the woman is.
Well, hopefully, he, as bad as he is, he's not a hard pitcher.
No, he's not Nolan Ryan.
Jimmy told me he was laughing about it all fucking week.
Oh,
Good for
yeah, he
Jimmy.
loves
Yeah.
that.
He loved it.
I thought it was, I got to tell you, for me, I thought it was sort of a dick move to put me in that spot.
No,
It's
it
just me
isn't.
it is.
Gary, we ask people, you're in this
It's
business.
different. There's not
we do that all the
I know,
time.
but there's not an audience in here.
So what? We say to people all the time, we have TV cameras on. We go to people, take your shirt off. It's like my sister. I said to my sister, why don't you come on the air? This was 100 years ago. She goes, I'm not taking my top off. I go, wait a second. This is like Gary. Somebody tells you to do something, you just
Doesn't
don't
mean you have
do
to
it.
do it.
That's like, you know.
But I felt for Gary because Jimmy took out the gloves and walked around the desk and walked to that position almost.
Right, I didn't even-
like, it's going to happen.
Right.
And here's
Foregone
the thing.
conclusion.
I know Gary gets really upset by this because he's a baseball coach for
But
the
see,
kids.
And a
and-
fan.
hold on.
And he's a
Huge
fan, and he's always talking about he was even on his interview talking about he's an athlete and he came from football practice. And, he's always telling Jason he throws like a girl and this one. Dude, you cannot throw a fucking ball to
Yeah.
save your life.
We've established that.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Were you ever
I
able to
yes,
throw a ball?
Yes, I was. There was a time
You know
when I
about
could.
following through, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not,
no,
I'm
I
not
know.
an athlete, but I know that when I throw, because like my brother-in-law's come over and I got to throw a football, I got to this. I just follow through. Your
No,
hand guides the ball.
Howard, I got it. And if you look in the book, it says like I can't even wrap my head around it anymore.
What made you think you could throw the ball that you would do? Like, let me ask
This
you.
time, this was
if
not
Jimmy
my
Kimmel
idea.
said to me, Howard, I want you to do a jackass type stunt. I want you to, right now, light yourself on fire and flip over. I would say, Jimmy, you do it. I can't do it.
It's not the same. I can't
All
explain
right.
it.
If Jimmy said to me, Howard, I want you to do 5 minutes of stand-up comedy, I'd say, Jimmy, I can't do it. I don't do that thing. I don't do stand-up. I admire anyone who does it. It's not my thing.
But Gary sits there and establishes that he does throw with his boys and he can do this. And so Jimmy says, I believe in redemption. Let's go out here and show people that you can do it.
I think
And then
that
you
what
say
happened.
no.
Oh, hold on. I think that what happened was Jimmy's greatest hope. I don't
Yes.
think Jimmy. I don't think
You
Jimmy
came
said,
through for Jimmy.
I don't think Jimmy said, "Let's do this," and Gary will redeem himself. I think he said, "I hope that exactly what happened happened."
It was unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it. I thought, this isn't possible.
Didn't
Although
sleep, didn't sleep the whole night.
Oh,
Wow, were you pissed?
I was too humiliated to be pissed. I got more pissed the next day.
Did you say something to Jimmy?
Well, after
What happens after the appearance?
Well, here's what happens. We're standing on stage. Everybody's clapping. He's got his arm around me, and I said,
Does
"Jimmy."
he say anything?
I said to Jimmy, "I go, that's exactly what I didn't want to do." I probably said that on the wrap-up
so
show.
don't do it.
And so, but I didn't want to be put in that position. You know, I didn't even want to be put in that.
Gary,
Hold on, let me.
You're a witty guy. You're a bright guy. Got an IQ of 121. You turn to a guy, a million what? You take the ball in the glove and you run out off the stage and say, "No way, goodbye."
So,
I mean, it's funny.
So he said to me, "What are you doing there?" He said something. He goes, "I just sold 1 million books for you." And I'm like, which I'm not even sure Jimmy's got 1 million viewers. But I mean, and then he said, "Hey, what are you doing after this?" And I said, "Well, I'm with my news guy and one of my producers. And we already planned to have dinner." He's like, and I said, "What are you doing tomorrow night?" And he said, "I'm going to St. Louis." And then that was that.
Right.
Then afterwards, we go back and the segment producer walks in and immediately starts apologizing, shuts the door. It's me and my agent. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I knew we were doing this, but I couldn't tell you, and I could see how upset you are. I mean, I wasn't like throwing things. You could just see that I was defeated. Then the co-executive producer comes in, and they're like, you know, listen,
you always get yourself into trouble.
I'm sitting there in this surreal situation, being told by an executive producer the bullshit that I've told people to make them feel better. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, bullshit, 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 more bullshit, bullshit, because I've been there, and I know the lies you have to tell to make somebody feel better.
Boy, I sat there all weekend dumbfounded that you took part in that. Like, I said, boy, Gary got just bamboozled and just, dude, don't do anything you don't want to do. It's the same thing as like a girl taking her top off and then says, I don't want to do it.
But, you know, here's a difference, too. It was like, I bet you if it were anyone else but Jimmy, I wouldn't have done it. But it was like Jimmy. It was like our friend. It's like our guy.
Our friend?
He's our friend.
Okay, well, it's like so if a friend asks you to do something you don't want to do, I think on some level, Robin's right. You wanted to do it. You wanted to prove you think you can throw it.
I didn't, and I walked out there thinking, I can say no to this right now. But it just, he's sitting down, and the audience is cheering, and I felt like...
And you made a fool out of yourself.
Yeah.
It was a lose-lose situation, first of all.
Well, it could have been a win situation.
No, it couldn't. Let's say you threw the ball. Then everyone would have said, oh, come on. It was much easier. You weren't at Citi Field. It probably didn't measure.
You're not on the same under the same kind of pressure.
Right.
Yeah, listen.
It's a lose situation. If you fuck it up, you look like a fucking bullshit artist. You're a coach. You coach the baseball.
So here I am now, Monday morning.
Now, what about your boys?
Pitching.
Did your boys see it?
Lucas saw it, and he said he thought that he without prompting or anything, he said, I think that was mean of Jimmy to do to you.
Oh, you're
and no, but that's how he feels. And Jackson,
well, Beth, by the end of the weekend, started to feel bad for you. But I mean, I'm telling you,
I do feel bad for him.
Why did he do it?
You know, here's how I feel, Howard.
Why?
Hold on. Here's how I feel.
I can't believe why he did it. I looked at it and I went, Mary must be filing papers right now. I'm sitting and going, why would he partake in that? If I'm on Letterman, if I'm on Leno, if I'm this, and they tell me to do something, fuck you.
Well, you're stronger than me.
You're very strong. You've got a great job. You're in the industry. You got your own book out.
You know, it ruined, for me, it just ruined the whole weekend.
Cue up those pictures I got. Do you have it on Howard TV? Oh, here we go. Here's Gary.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. Oh, yeah, I got it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
One more time. Gary, one more time.
Oh.
Did you notice how natural Jimmy is?
Yeah.
And then how awkward
They should have stopped there.
One more. Come on, Gary.
Should have stopped already. They'd say, give up.
Oh.
See?
The third one's the best. He wiped out
the glove at Jimmy.
He wiped out the whole audience.
Then he's able to hit Jimmy.
Yeah, that you were able to do. You asked to pitch the third one.
I didn't. He did. He threw it back.
No,
I didn't.
You go. Let me do it one more time.
I did not. I did. You're hearing things.
I don't know.
Trust me when I tell you I didn't say that.
Out of you.
And I'll tell you something. You know, here's what I kept thinking about all weekend.
They call you Baba Booey. Holy smokies.
Oh, this is so sad.
Never. I mean, listen. It's like I've already been raped. I know what it feels like. You know what I mean?
Jimmy took away your whole. He came out there so cocky. He was a New York Times best-selling author. He was feeling so good about himself.
Was that cocky? Like, let me ask you a question. What's wrong?
You were confident. You were feeling good.
I thought I was great on the couch. I thought I was doing really well.
You did a great job.
And I'll tell you something else too. Like I was.
It.
Can I just get one thought out,
yes,
please?
Yes.
So I was thinking about like, okay, after I did Letterman, right? I come in the next morning. Can I just get a fucking thought out? Give me my fucking 30 seconds.
You're the best. You're the best.
Oh my
I
God!
love you. You're the best. I don't know what the fuck. And he flew all the way to Los Angeles for that drubbing. Ay.
This pitch.
With this pitching, it's becoming your whole thing.
I don't want it to be.
Where are you going to go next and pitch?
Nowhere. Yeah, I told you. It's over. I'm not pitching for you. I'm not pitching for Sal.
I never asked you to pitch.
I'm not pitching for Jason. You can all go fuck yourselves. All of you. Not you. Well, yeah, you. Anybody who asks,
Me?
go fuck themselves.
What did I do? What did I do? What did I tell you when you went to Citi Field to pitch? I go, Gary, why would you do it?
I got it.
Let your son go do it. It's a lose-lose. And just because Jimmy, it was like a Klan rally, and you didn't want to lynch a black man, But you were like, well, everyone's lynching the black guy. I'll go for it. I mean, don't go along with everything everyone tells you to do. You gotta stick up for yourself.
I didn't. I didn't stick up for myself. I just didn't.
You lost your mind. On some level, you thought you could do it.
I didn't.
No, you did.
I did.
You wouldn't have done it otherwise. If you look, I got a small dick. If Letterman tells me to whip my dick out, I don't do it. I don't want anyone to see it.
But that could be a factor.
If you know you can't do that pitch, you don't do it to humiliate yourself. You thought you could do it, and you can't. You took another shot.
I didn't, and I didn't want to.
You know, you're like the guy at the carnival.
I didn't want to.
You're like the guy at the carnival. He goes, sir, buy for another $1, 3 more. You knock down the milk bottles, you get a stuffed animal. The guy's $5,000 in. He's still trying to get that stuffed animal. Give up on it. You can't throw.
Right. Can I just say something?
There is no way to redeem that pitch.
Right. Can I just say something and then just leave?
Okay.
May
if
I?
You're right. I hear.
I guess
wait
I can.
No, you can. You'll get to it.
You know what? I'm just leaving.
No. Tell me.
I don't want to stay.
Look, you stayed for Jimmy. You pitched for Jimmy.
Yeah, for Jimmy, you'll do anything. For me, you won't even talk. You're gonna go. You're on Jimmy Fallon, let's say. You're going on there.
Yeah.
What if Jimmy wants you to eat your own feces?
I'll do it.
You will.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy.
Of course, I won't do that.
All right.
That's
good.
funny though.
All right. Now tell me what you were going to say.
You know, the thing that's so humiliating about all of this is that, like, I did the Letterman show. When I came in the next morning, Robin said something that made me feel so good. She said, you know, she goes, I really looked at Gary a different way. I looked at him a different way. And then, so I did the Today Show, and all these things I felt like I was sort of elevating myself, and it just all's erased.
All erased.
Just all erased.
Absolutely.
Can I tell you something? I did 2 book signings this week. I signed 900 books, 500 books at Book Soup, 400 books in Torrance, and it's a non-factor. It's like it didn't happen.
And you were doing really well on the couch.
I know.
Yeah,
you
he did great.
Comfortable. You
were great.
Personable and funny.
That's what made it so good.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh man, Gary, and I'm watching this thing. Go, Gary, don't get up. Don't get up. Don't get up.
Really? I was like, no.
All right, now
the only thing everyone's going to remember from this book tour is the pitch.
Yeah, I'm aware of that now.
3 pitches. 3!
3 bad ones.
When you hit the woman, I think you wiped out 2 women in the audience, and then you took out a chair.
All right, I'm going to my office.
What?
Because I got it.
Listen.
I got it.
No, you don't.
No, I'm not.
I'm afraid that you
do what you need to do. I'll be
Where
listening.
are you going?
No, I'll be listening.
I don't understand why you can't get him to do anything.
Yeah, but you notice in here he knows how to protect himself.
He can get out of this.
But for Jimmy, he's a bitch.
Gare.
Yes.
So, you know, obviously a lot was said about you feel sandbagged by Jimmy. You feel as though, you know, you weren't prepared for this. He hit you over the, you know, he blindsided you. Is your relationship with him done? I mean, at this point...
No, it's not done. I mean, listen, I like Jimmy, and I'm going to deal with him on 100 levels in the future. So it's not done. I mean, I'm bummed out. Bummed is the word. I'm not angry. I'm not fuck Jimmy or anything like that. I just sort of feel like... you know, like that whole rap I was doing, like, you know, people see the way Howard treat me, and everybody thinks that's the way, and I think Jimmy falls in that category. Like, oh, Gary's a goofball, so I'll just treat him like a goofball.
And a lot was made about the fact that, you know, in the past you've had to do this to some people. You've had to, like, feed information that sort of surprised people or put them on their...
I mean, I don't think it's the same. I think that the bigger comparison would be when if Howard wanted to do something, and I knew about it but couldn't tell the person. And that's what I was dealing with his producer. His producer apologized, like, we knew, but we couldn't say anything. And I'm like, well, I don't blame him. I've been in that position before. But at the end of the day, it's Howard. Howard's the responsible party. So I don't feel like I fall into that category as a producer. Howard's the one that makes the decision.
Well, and another aspect of this whole situation is that you've talked about how this has detracted you from your point, which is to portray your book and to talk about your life.
Sort of elevate my image a tiny bit because it's so low. So if it's here, I'm not allowed to bring it up to here. I guess I got too high, and the powers that be said it needed to be pulled down a notch.
Well, I was going to say, what can be done now to repair this, to sort of go on with your book tour? Because you have...
Well, I'm going to go on my book tour, and it's not like it's ruining the book tour. You know, people bring it up, and, you know, like everything else, as time goes on, it'll come up a little bit less, and that'll be that. I mean, listen, I'm continuing with the tour. I'm halfway to it now.
And on the bright side, this is probably going to end up selling you a lot more books.
Well, we'll see.
All right, man. Thanks.
Where's Jimmy? He's got to call in. Where is he? Gary.
He's still laughing.
Go get me Jimmy Kimmel on the phone.
And Jimmy he's cruel. He will laugh at your misery.
It was crazy. I'm watching this fucking thing.
I bet you he couldn't get through dinner. He was laughing so hard.
I'm going, why did this guy? I mean, I will forever ask myself why he did this. I mean,
but to have the exact same thing happen, I didn't think he could do it 3 times.
Ryan, you're on the air in Baltimore.
Hey now, guys. Dude, I've been waiting since Thursday night to fucking call in and laugh about my buoy. So can you make sure he's listening right now so I can laugh at him right to his face?
I already did.
Okay. I'm going to laugh really, really hard right now. You ready about my buoy?
Oh.
Yes, Bobo.
Hey, how you doing there? Hey, did they take that woman out on the stretcher or what?
Boy, you know,
oh my God.
You know, as a boy, I never got to play hardball. I never played once.
Right.
And I know I don't even know if I can throw a ball from the pitcher's mound. I don't know. I've never done it. I've never participated in a sport like that. But when I saw the woman get, I think 2 women got wiped out. If you look at the third pitch.
Yeah.
But Howard, I just want to say, how
I said that's a hard ball. I would be very scared to get hit in the head by a hard
And
ball.
I don't know, after seeing Gary's pitch, isn't it kind of reckless to stand in the audience?
Robin, you'd probably know more about pitching than I do. Where does he go wrong? In other words, he winds up, but I don't...
Well, it's exactly what you say. He stops the throw right at the top.
Let me see.
He missed the target 3 times.
Let me watch his wind up.
See, at the top, he lets the ball go.
Oh, 2 women. See, you know what saved that woman? She had her hands over her. Oh, he got her on the back of the head.
Oh.
The hands didn't save her. Look, perfect.
And it comes right out of the top of his hand, off the fingertips.
Actually, it comes out of the side of his hand.
You think it's rolling off the side?
It was the same ball action that it was at Chase Stadium or Citi Field.
Dude, Robin, would you be willing to teach Gary to throw? I mean, seriously.
You're right, Fred. It's coming off the side.
For some reason, I remember that.
Why don't you, if you're a nice person,
I can't
take him
throw. He throws the way I do. I know I can't throw. Why doesn't he know he can't throw?
But you know how to throw.
But why doesn't he know he can't do it? I know I can't do it.
No mechanics. I love Gary. He's got no mechanics.
He's no mechanic.
I'm no mechanic, both. I know he's upset with me for laughing. I saw he got upset. But it was a funny bit. Well,
what do you think?
I think Gary threw himself under the bus. You can't be a part of anything unless you are a participant. In other words, all he had to do, I would have run out of there. I would have said, no way, and run off.
I can't do this
I think Gary thought he was going to hand him the glove, like, oh, here's the glove, here's a token, you know?
He could have walked over, give Jimmy a kiss, and left.
You know, Bobo was right. I thought he was handing me a glove like it's some sort of, I thought it was some sort of weird token.
By the way, you could have even said, hey, thanks for the glove, and then left. I never got a gift before on a talk show. We should start giving away baseball gloves.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. He could have taken the glove and put it right down on the floor immediately. I don't handle those things anymore.
But you can't be, see, Gary, you can't be mad at Jimmy. Jimmy didn't throw you under the bus. Jimmy gave you a bus, and you threw yourself under it.
Let's say it's a little bit of both. I mean, I could have said no, but I really, again, I had seconds to react, and I realized it's the wrong reaction, and you've done this a lot more than I have, and you're more skilled at it than I am.
No.
And
I just know when I can't do something.
It was a split-second decision, and I made the wrong decision. But I don't know why I had to be put in that position in the first place.
Because he knew it would be gold.
I'm actually surprised that Letterman didn't do that.
Yeah, he's kicking.
Letterman don't like getting out of that chair. Jimmy's a little younger. Hey, Gary, can you put a dildo in your ass on the show today?
Sure, get me 5.
Get him 5 before he has time to think about it. I realize the trick with Gary
He
is
only has 5 seconds. He can't make the right decision.
I think you have to have a live audience to get Gary to do stuff.
All right, let's bring in a bunch of people and see what we can make him do.
So after the appearance, you didn't see Jimmy at all?
No, just the producers.
And then, how long did you stand around there all bummed out?
We left pretty quickly.
And Jimmy didn't call you over the weekend?
No, not a word.
Wow.
His other co-executive producer sent me a note Saturday night. I responded to it last night, and she just sent me back a note today, which is more...
What was the note?
That she sent me or that I sent her?
That she sent you.
Yeah, what were the notes back and forth?
It was something to the effect of, I understand you're upset, that you're left upset. You know, we love you, and we really want the book to do well. We never meant you any harm. And you know, the co-executive producer, by the way, Howard, is somebody that I really like. She was at your wedding.
Right, I know what you mean.
And so I sent a note back last night. I was like, listen, pretty much saying the things that you said. Like, I felt painted into a corner. I know I shouldn't have done it. You know, I did all these other shows. You know, nobody sort of sprung that on me. That the only thing that will be remembered from this whole weekend and this whole book tour is this pitch, when I should be celebrating the fact that, you know, I'm number 6 on the list and all that stuff. And I said, you know, I just feel sort of blindsided. And she sent me back a note today saying, well, you know, the pitch is on the back cover of your book, and we were never told not to discuss it. And my point is, I didn't say we couldn't discuss it. I just didn't think I was going to be asked to do it again. If anybody read the chapter, like even you probably haven't read it. If anybody read the chapter, they would know that's the last thing I want to do.
Then don't do it.
But if you ask him, he'll do it.
No, if we ask him, he won't do it. Anyone else will do it for.
Hey, Howard, you can see how upset Gary was because he threw the glove at Jimmy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, that.
Hey, Scott DePace, you have a little bit higher IQ than Gary. Would you? I mean, how do you explain
How would
this?
you handle it?
Howard, I'm staying out of this one.
Why?
But you have a similar IQ. I mean, you beat Gary by 1 point, and you have a high intelligence.
Why do you have to stay out of this?
Yeah, why do you have to stay out?
I've done enough to piss Gary off.
Well, did you see it live, or did you hear it?
I did. I was kind of drunk as well, so.
Oh, he must have had fun.
I laughed pretty hard.
Oh, man.
Did you stay up to watch it?
You know, I was playing a video game, and then I turned the video game off, and suddenly it was on. It was like it happened by chance. It was
Right.
unbelievable.
It was on ABC.
Yeah. And then when he hit that woman in the head, oh my God.
Yeah, you think? Hey, Howard, you think Jimmy would have used like a sponge ball, knowing Gary can't throw that good?
I know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of reckless seeing Gary
I mean, he used a hard ball. Come on, Jimmy.
I think Jimmy thought he could do it. Why do you, Scott DePace? Why do you think Gary would do that though? Like, in other words,
Why he would pitch that bad, or why he?
Why would he partake in it? Why would he participate?
I think he just thought that he would be able to do it well. So
That's what I think.
I'll prove him right and do it. But you know, it's got to be hard to throw in a sport coat.
That's the problem.
Well, he could have taken on. I mean, he could have given it a real try. I don't know what happened there.
You're a pretty good athlete. You can throw a ball, right?
Oh my God, I could do that blindfolded.
Would you help Gary learn how to throw?
I would love to, yeah.
Would you? Maybe that'd be a way you guys mend your relationship, where you take Gary out to a field like he's your son and teach him how to throw a ball.
I'm teaching my kids right now, so
Gary,
I can teach him.
Would you like to go with Scott and the boys?
Kids.
I don't want to go out having nothing to do with Scott. I just don't want to be involved anymore.
But if he could teach you how to pitch, do you think it would be something worthwhile?
I don't even think I want to learn anymore. I just don't want to do it. I don't want any part of it.
It's simply his release point. He's releasing from the side instead of over the top.
Exactly.
Right, the follow through. He has to. You have to. I think.
Well, he's releasing, as he said.
Yeah,
it's rolling
not even the
over
follow
to
through.
the side.
It's,
Yeah.
it's coming. It's spitting out of his hand on a right hand axis or something. It's like a world out of control.
How can you correct that, Scott?
It's just a little practice. I would change his arm slot to be over the top instead of 3/4, which that probably would affect his release.
How about his grip?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the grip, too.
I'm just thinking if you could teach him, we could, it would be beautiful. You guys would come together over that.
Gary, can you bring a ball in and show us your grip?
Can't I just use your neck?
Gary, that team that you coached, do they all throw like you? Have they all learned to throw from you?
Yeah.
Are there any balls in the park?
There must be a lot of walks.
He takes it so seriously, that throwing of the ball.
This is his bailiwick. This is crazy.
That's why it's so great. I mean, he so wants to be a great athlete.
Yeah.
And he kind of fancies himself one.
Oh, he's always told us he's an athlete.
Yeah. Jesus. Like, I guess I wouldn't even care because I know I can't fucking throw a ball.
But you'd never do it again after doing it so badly.
You think Jimmy would stop it after the first pitch, but he enjoyed it, I guess.
I really do think Jimmy was pulling for him, but after that first ball, he should have just bailed.
I think Jimmy thought he could do it. I think Jimmy said, "Oh, Gary knows what he's doing."
Yeah, but I think that Jimmy thought that if I couldn't, it'd be awesome too, and it was for him.
I wonder how like when they. I'd like to interview Jimmy. Like, when did they come up with that idea?
And by the way,
like, did they almost not do it?
By the way, he's such a good friend that immediately posted on YouTube, given to TMZ.
Oh, he was very upset for you.
Well, does he post that on YouTube? I think people do.
Oh no, he does. They do every night.
Well, it was also on the ABC website.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's probably going to be in cabs. They have those little screens in cabs, and
Hi,
Jimmy
this is
does.
Jimmy Kimmel.
So did that ruin your whole weekend in L.A.? Like, were you?
Oh my God, Howard. Yes. I mean, like I said, I barely slept that night. And then I got up the next day and I had a full day of interviews. I started interviews at 8 o'clock.
I liked the interview on 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗏's show. I thought that was good. I thought all three of them were good with you.
Yeah, they were really big fans and stuff. And then
they didn't talk over each other. It was really good.
And then I just went from to 𝗠𝗏𝗏𝗏. I did one at Fox Sports. I did an hour with Adam Carolla, his podcast, which is great. He's got a great setup.
Did Carolla ask you about that?
Didn't even bring it up.
Wow.
I mean, we spoke for an hour, and I was waiting for it to come up. I fully expected it to come up. We just went off into different areas. But Adam's got a great setup. He's got a garage with a studio in it. And that was great. I went to the.
It's at his house?
No, it's just it's like a warehouse. It's there's a studio in there, but then it's also like a garage, like where they fix up sports cars and stuff. Huh. It's like a man's playhouse.
Right.
And then I did more interviews. Then I went to Book Soup. There were like 500 people. The line was around the block. It was incredible.
Does everyone like kind of?
You bring that up again?
Yeah, like at the book signing.
Yeah, well, this is just like probably. Well, I'm not even gonna say, but yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
What aren't you gonna say?
It wasn't the focal point of everything, but yeah, it came up, and then a lot of people wanted me to sign baseballs. Which I'm actually not doing. Less about I don't care about signing a baseball, but the lines are so long, and signing a baseball takes so long that they're just like, we're just signing books, because it was just too many people. But yeah, there were probably about a dozen people who had baseballs.
And Jillian was there hosting the event for you, right?
She did a great job, and Jeff Probst came out, Mark McGrath, Nancy Sinatra. It was like it was a lot of fun. It was
wow.
It was like had that not happened, I should be coming back and talking about everything but this.
It ruined everything.
It did. It ruined it. I don't know how it's. I mean, I can't deny it.
Wow. It was this triumphant weekend in L.A.
It's like the knockout punch came at the top of it.
Right.
Oh, we got to get Jimmy on the phone at some point.
We got to talk to him. We got to see what he was thinking and what happened when he saw what
you got to say that he was so relaxed prior to that, Howard.
Yeah, he was loose as a goose.
Yeah.
That meter was on zero. I didn't calculate it.
He didn't see this coming at all.
Here's a note. Gary's first Twitter after the pitch. I guess I just can't throw in front of an audience. He's still in denial that he can't throw.
He can't throw.
Yeah, period.
I'm not in denial.
Yeah, you can't throw, dude. It has nothing to do with the audience.
I'm not in denial.
Hey, Gary, I love you, man, but it's too late in life to learn now. You got to learn early.
No, he could learn. DePace could teach him.
It's hard.
All right, thank you, Bobo. Captain Jenks, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Howard. There's a big article in today's Philadelphia Daily News about Gary throwing the pitch on Jimmy Kimmel the other night.
No.
Yeah, and you know what? It even quotes Gary as saying that when asked, the reporter apparently asked him if he would ever throw a pitch again, and he said he would consider it under the right circumstances.
No. Gary, what circumstances would you throw another pitch?
The truth?
Yeah.
Some people had approached me about doing a reality show.
What?
Like doing
a reality show about throwing a pitch?
Yeah, are you like what's his name? What's the basketball player?
Shaq.
No, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley did
a challenge.
No, he did a thing where he has like the world's worst golf swing. And so for the golf challenge, they tried to fix it. So there was a talk about maybe doing a thing where a professional pitcher comes and works with me, and the end result is I go back to Citi Field, do it again. So, like, that was
so you're not that embarrassed,
right? You're willing to do that.
Well, if I felt I work with somebody and I felt confident enough to do it again, I would. But part of the show
ain't giving up. I told you.
No. Part of the show could have been. Hold on, listen. Part of the show could have been that I didn't feel I could do it. That would have been it. I would have never gone and done it again.
He Baba Booeyed the whole situation.
I know.
And he's telling Jimmy, I'm not a Baba Booey, I'm the Baba Booey.
Right, because a Baba Booey is insulting.
Yeah. Did you see it, Fred? Did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
What do you think of this?
Of the pitch?
Of everything.
Oh,
why did he do it?
I know. Like, up until the pitch, Gary was doing terrifically.
Yeah, home run.
I mean, it's almost like, this was the moment he'd been grooming himself for years. He was articulate. He was funny. He was endearing.
He's eating his breakfast.
Yeah, you didn't stop him from eating.
No. What's that you put on the eggs, Gary? The sauce of some kind.
A little bit of guacamole.
Oh, look at the party. Guacamole on his eggs. Why? Why do you do that?
Because they're just plain eggs. It tastes good, and it's according to my nutritionist, it's good fat.
Okay.
Oh, so you take only egg whites and then you put guacamole?
He adds the fat back in.
Uh-huh.
But good fat.
I see.
Nothing like that good fat.
Gary, when you come down to Philly to do your book signing on Thursday, would you sign a baseball for me? Just one.
Did you know that Did you know, Gary, that they did an article on you in the Philadelphia newspaper?
No.
Yeah, bring the article. There'll be a lot of articles to sign.
Jenks, bring the article down so Gary can see it.
Okay, I'll get him to sign it.
All right.
Somebody should make a baseball card.
Hey, Mike. Mike?
Hey, now, Howard.
Hey, now.
Hey, that was a real baseball, right, Gary?
Yes, it was. That was another question people asked me.
Jimmy told me it was a practice ball.
That's a baseball. I mean,
it's a baseball.
It's. I'm not going to blame it on the baseball.
Well, you could see how easy the ball was to throw when Jimmy threw it.
Hey, threw it straight back, like right on a rope. I mean, why don't you just have Jimmy work with you? Waste your time getting all these pros involved. They got to work.
I think Gary's done with Jimmy. Do you hate Jimmy now?
I don't hate Jimmy. I don't. But I'm sort of like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I mean, I felt like it's like, I just feel like.
Jimmy did write me and say that you're like the king of blindsiding people, and then like you feel blindsided.
No, I don't blindside people.
He did?
You blindside people. But for starters, it's sort of like, I'm 𝗦𝗵cie_𝗿𝗍 here, right? I'm the village idiot sometimes, and it's a role that I play, and I agree to play for the show. And my feeling is like, why do I have to be the village idiot for him?
Right. Like he wouldn't do that to anybody else.
It's just like I do that here. It's like just fucking cut me a break, man.
But Gary, it was playful. I mean, it wasn't like you could have said in a playful way, Jimmy. Like what? Remember that show? You used to go, "Homie, don't do that."
Again, I think
Homie, don't play that.
Homie, don't play that. There you go. See, Robin loved that bit. You know what I mean? You could playfully decline. It'd be interesting if they pulled the camera back and see there was a gun on Gary. Then I'd understand.
Right. But what did you say Jimmy tweeted?
No, Jimmy didn't tweet. He just wrote me an email.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said, you have to watch the show.
So he wrote you. He didn't.
He wrote me, yes.
Oh, my God. So he was already goofing.
He loves
God.
it. He loves it.
So no sympathy whatsoever.
He said he was laughing the entire weekend.
Several people asked me if Jimmy had contacted me, which he hadn't.
He contacted me.
He told Howard, make sure to watch.
And that to me is sort of douchey. Sort of like, even if like he doesn't have to apologize, but he just say, hey man, I didn't think you'd take it so hard. I was just doing a joke or whatever. But to call you and gloat.
He didn't call me. Wait, I'll tell you what he wrote.
Because to contact you and gloat just makes me think a little less of him.
I'll tell you what he wrote. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. He liked it. Listen, Gary.
Of course he liked it. I did him a favor.
I know, but I don't know why you did it. I just don't understand. It's not like you're a beginner. Makes you feel any better? Jimmy had to be in St. Louis at a wedding on his birthday weekend, so.
You feel better now?
Oh, my God. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, Jimmy goes, wait until you see what happened tonight. That was waiting for me when I woke up. That's what he wrote. Wait until you see what happened tonight. I couldn't wait.
Oh, so he was already like, I got a gem.
And Jimmy was like, Gary was unhappy, felt blindsided and sandbagged, which is kind of hilarious coming from the world's greatest sandbagger. He hit a woman right in the head.
Oh.
But
I like how it's your show and I'm the blindsider.
But wait a minute, Gary. You know you do. You're the guy. What is one of the comedians had a name for you because you're always coming.
Bad news, but that's
right.
But listen, feeding Howard information isn't blindsiding somebody. That's what this whole show is about.
It is. Sometimes.
You feed information. Do you feel when we feed information about you, you're blindsided?
Sure.
Now I'm feeling bad for Gary. He's taking it hard. I can see it.
He's upset.
Gary.
Listen,
so you can't throw a ball. Who gives a fuck?
But it goes past the pitch at this point. I just feel.
You felt set up.
And humiliated for
At a time when you're supposed to be triumphant.
Thank you. At a time when I should be feeling good about myself.
You know what, though, in a way.
I can't even have that.
I don't like the triumphant Gary. Honestly, between you and me.
You're happy about this?
Yeah, I thought he was a little full of himself, actually, on Jimmy. Knocked him down a couple of pegs.
You're so bad.
That is all this triumph.
He was sitting there like, I'm a member.
It's not like I'm walking around peacock and acting like a big deal.
I know.
I'm just sort of like, it's like, oh, wow, thank you.
It was your moment in the sun. But you know what? It's good. To knock you down a few pegs, get back to work.
My moment in the sun and Jimmy fucking put the eclipse up.
Right.
What did you tell Jimmy to do that?
Did I tell Jimmy to do what?
Make Gary pitch.
Yes, I wish I was. I wish I was the mastermind, but I was not. Yeah. Jason, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, Gary, you got to do something. I mean, it's your kids you're thinking about.
Your children.
Your children.
Listen,
what is he going to do?
They have to go to school today, and that's what they're going to get ridiculed about.
Now, luckily, nobody that's 15 years old watches Jimmy Kimmel, so it's not.
Yeah, but I bet you their parents are.
It's not that big a deal. Listen, my relationship with my kids is awesome.
He has a good relationship.
I have the best kids in the world, and I talk to them about it, and, listen.
They understand.
Can you imagine your dad having to sit you down?
No, I wish my dad would have sat me down and explained something. I wish my dad would have. One thing I'll say about Gary, he's got a great relationship with those boys.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
My wife wrote me maybe the greatest email ever after that.
What did she say?
You know what? Give me a second and I'll find it.
All right, go ahead. I didn't write him. I couldn't wait to get on the air.
I tried. I was gonna. I called you a couple times and I hung up because I knew that you wouldn't take my call anyway. Hold on. I think I have it. You ready?
Did you call me?
I did once and I hung up before it even went through.
Right.
Okay. Whether you can pitch or not, whether you can pitch or not pitch doesn't matter. We know you can. You can also do many other things so well, like write a bestseller, produce a #1 show, tell great stories, and be a great interview and interviewer. You're funny and have a great personality. You're a generous and caring, evolved person, and you're smart. That's just to name a few of your great qualities. Don't worry about it. Don't perpetuate it by listening to the haters, bloggers, Twitterers, etc. I love and miss you.
Aw, that's
a good wife.
sweet.
You crying?
No, I'm not crying.
That would have been good.
But it is, you know, it does, you know.
Yeah. Well, she's on your team, but let's see if she bangs you.
Well, if she wasn't married to him, what would she be?
She wants to be banging a guy who can throw a ball.
You know, she is married to her. She got to live with him.
I think she was talking more to herself than Gary.
She lives a pretty decent life for a guy to be married to a guy who can't throw a ball.
Right.
She's very happy.
Believe me. The thing that is crazy to me about it, I'm not going to harp on it anymore. I'll let it go.
Because you're still hard.
No, I'll let it go. It's just I don't know why you participated. I get it. You were under pressure, but
I cracked under pressure.
I still think you thought you could do it.
I think somewhere in his mind he didn't think it could ever go as badly as it already had.
Because if he knew he couldn't do it, he wouldn't have done it.
That's a better explanation than Robert just gave.
Steve, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, I'd like to draw the comparison between how you treat Gary and how you got treated by pig virus. You spent, you know, just a couple years under pig virus getting oppressed, and now Gary spent 27 years, what should be one of your good friends, and you sit there and just beat on him.
No, I don't. Listen, first of all, I never beat on Gary. Ask Gary about his work. I've told him 1,000,000 times he does a great job. Secondly, if Gary goes on a talk show, Jimmy Kimmel show, and throws a ball 3 times, there's no way.
What are you supposed to do?
I mean, my God, I'm fascinated by why he did it. I'm sorry. I don't see it as the same thing. And let me tell you something. Pig virus was trying to get me fired from my job. I'm not under that agenda.
So I know it's a slightly different comparison.
I mean, please.
But my point is,
Gary knows I'm on his side, and Gary knows I'm a fan. I mean, I would have been working with the guy for 30 years. Pig virus was a guy actively trying to get me to quit my job. He did everything to undermine me.
But the one time you were positive.
What did I do to undermine Gary? Gary came to me and said, "Boss, I want to write a book. Do you have a problem with it?" I go, "Gary, go for it. I'm happy for you."
I realize supporting, but what I'm saying is, when he went on the David Letterman show, that was the one time that you showed a little bit.
Get out of here one time. All day and night, I'm good to this guy.
Oh my goodness.
You're out of your fucking mind. Pig virus did everything he could to destroy me. I'm not trying to destroy Gary. Gary's doing a fine job of destroying Gary.
You don't have to do a thing.
I'm just commenting on what Gary's doing. Gary's the one who I didn't tell him to go on. What?
You try to beat him down every chance you can.
All right. All right. Well, maybe it's the same thing.
When he went on Letterman, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. When he went on Letterman, you showed a little bit of positive.
Little bit. I told him he did a great job.
You gave him an A.
You're rewriting history, bro.
To say, well, you did good, but you still suck.
You did good, but you still suck. Okay, all right. That's Steve. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what to tell him. Gary's funny.
Even when he's trying not to be.
Artie Lang wants to talk about Gary's pitch. Go ahead, Artie. Did you see it live?
Yes.
Oh, and what did you think? When you saw the pitch, did it bring you back to when he was at Citi Field?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you feel bad for Gary? Yeah. Silly, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Artie can't stop laughing. Oh, dear.
Well, he's in better spirits, I'll tell him that.
Absolutely.
Bullshit.
All right. All right. Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead.
Howard, it ruined my weekend. Gary was caught off guard. He did a great job. I left Jimmy Kimmel a message, Howard. He It's horrible. This is what society does. You're doing great, and then they just want to squash your moment of success, and it fucking sucks.
No, but Gary went along with it.
Not you. If you want
Me, I mean, Marianne, if listen, I've said to you a million times when you're on the show, take your top off. What do you say to me?
Howard,
what have you said to me? Every time you're on the show, you're in front of the microphone. I know you're in love with me. And by the way, thank you for the Thanksgiving note. It's beautiful. Beautiful note. When you were sitting, when you're on my show and I say to you, Marianne, come on, show me your tits. It would make me happy. What do you do every time?
Howard, it's different.
Oh, okay. Joe, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, guys? I don't know why everybody's getting on Jimmy right now. Like, why is Gary angry? Is he throwing a pitch?
I know. I mean, it was, listen, first of all,
it's not throwing a pitch.
Gary, the only reason, can I just say something so you feel better about this? The only reason you feel Jimmy blindsided you is because you couldn't throw the ball right.
Yeah, he didn't
blindside you. He gave you an option to redeem yourself.
It's about setting me up to fail.
But what if you had thrown it great?
Gave him 2 options to redeem himself.
What if you had thrown it perfectly?
Gary's basing his reaction to what eventually happened. I don't think you went in expecting to fail.
No, he threw that ball because he thought he could.
Right. Had that pitch made it, this would be a different discussion.
And you would have stopped at one perfect pitch.
Right.
Why be mad at Jimmy? What did Jimmy do wrong? Jimmy asked you to do something, and you could have walked off and said no. You participated because I know you thought you'd redeem yourself.
But you also know that there's no redemption because that other pitch of you at Citi Field is still out there.
Yeah, it was a no-win situation.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
You can't
Lose-lose.
redeem that.
Poor Gary. Just always goes wrong for him. He was on top of the world. Flew out to LA.
Because that's a hard fall to take.
Yeah, but he shouldn't care so much about a pitch, but he does. Jeff the Drunk, you're on the air.
I wasn't disappointed at all, Howard.
You liked it.
Oh,
it was quite good, and I just want to say, smooth move, X-Legs.
What?
I don't know, but he's happy. Jeff likes other people's
This is a
misery.
good day for him.
This is a great day for Jeff the Drunk.
I made popcorn.
Did you watch it live?
What's that?
Did you watch it live?
I did.
Yeah.
And it was great. I was loving it.
You stayed up and watched.
I did. I made sure I didn't miss it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
You made someone's day.
Hello.
Hey, Dan.
Just proves another Met fan can't throw, Howard. He's a cross between Mr. Magoo and Handyman, played by Damon Wayans.
Bubba, go ahead. You're on the air. Phoenix.
He's definitely Charlie Baba Booey Brown is what he is.
Like Charlie Brown.
Right, when he lines up to hit that football every fucking time, man. It just doesn't go his way.
Go ahead, Matt.
Hey,
Hey, now.
Hey, Gary, I got a quick question for you. If you could choose between your pitching videos, like at Shea Stadium and on Jimmy Kimmel, and the video of you sleeping, which one would you destroy first?
All right, Gary, if you had a choice to go back in time and destroy either you sleeping at work or both pitching videos, which would you destroy? You can only do one.
It's a very simple and easy answer.
Oh, good.
It's both pitching videos because the sleeping video is only confined to our world.
Right.
The pitching videos are for everyone to see.
All right.
Well, Gary, if it makes you feel any better, you threw your masculinity away very well, like perfectly almost.
He's bummed out, I can tell.
And he already had a rough weekend.
I know.
And he couldn't have thought Monday was going to go well.
I'm sorry, Gary. Oh.
Give me a fucking break.
You know what? It's funny to me.
You know what, Howard? You didn't even ask me when I saw it.
When did you see it?
I saw it this morning. I woke up early because I hadn't had a chance to see him on Jimmy Kimmel, and I thought, geez, let me see what Gary did on Jimmy Kimmel.
And you had no...
I had no idea. I didn't talk to anybody all weekend. I was sort of sequestered, so I had nobody had given me a preview. And I'm sitting there, and the interview was going so well, and then all of a sudden... he turns the book around, and Gary is looking at him with this glove, and he goes, and I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there at 3:30 this morning saying, this can't be happening.
So, no one, you mean the whole weekend went by and no one said anything?
I was in a seminar, so I was in a meditation seminar all weekend. Nobody said anything.
Wow.
Nobody saw it where I was.
Did you think it was a disaster when you saw it?
Absolutely. And like I said, it's rolling out as a beautiful thing. And then all of a sudden he goes, want to talk about the back of the book, and I just think he's going to talk about the pitch. And then he pulls out that glove and hands it to Gary, and I'm like, no. Gary's not going to get up and throw the ball. And the next thing you know, the ball is sailing into the audience, hitting people in the head. And I'm like, this can't be happening.
It was like a pinball.
Yeah. It's funny that you didn't hear about it, man. You really were sequestered. Eli, go ahead. You're on in San Jose.
Hey, Howard. How you doing?
All right.
I don't get to talk to you that much, so I would say thank you for all the wonderful years of listening to you. You make my mornings great.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Number 2, I think you have a great bit. You should get Jason Kaplan and 𝗵𝗵 to have a dunk tank with 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄 in it. See if they can redeem themselves.
Hey, Jason, I wonder if you could throw better than Gary at this point, because Gary's always goofing on Sal that he can't throw a ball.
Right. And Gary has goofed on Sal as no athlete.
Yeah, exactly.
Howard, include JD and Sal in it, too.
Do you think you could throw better than Gary?
I can't throw worse.
Right. You could do just about as good. You might even be looser than him and be able to get it over the plate.
I mean, look, I'm in the same boat as Gary. Like, I know I can't throw. Everyone my whole life has told me I can throw like a
No, Gary said he could throw.
Oh, well then, I'm not.
You're not in the same boat. You're in the realistic boat.
Yes, but listen, I really mean it. I don't think I could do it worse. I think I could throw it straight 60 feet.
Right.
I'll give it a shot.
All right.
That'd be a great bit. Don't you think, Howard?
Yeah. I mean, imagine like Jason's a better pitcher than Gary.
Oh, after he's been told that he's the worst athlete in the group.
Yeah. Sal, Gary always relentlessly goofs on you for throwing like a girl.
Right. I think I could whip his ass now.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
You could probably get it over the plate.
No, and you know what? He has absolutely no confidence left.
Right.
He's a beaten, withered little bitch. I would love to go head-to-head with him and throw a ball. I think I could beat him.
I mean, Jason played backup right field in Little League. That's like...
A thalidomide baby can throw it better than Gary.
Jason's thinking he can beat him now.
I'm Cliff Lee.
Backup right field.
What's the stake going to be, though? That's the best part.
I don't know yet, Eli. Thank you, though. All right.
Gary, you up for it?
You want to go up against Sal?
Shop closed.
Oh, boy.
For us, Sal is closed.
Let me translate.
Shop is closed for everyone.
I'll get Jimmy to do it.
Okay.
Jimmy will convince Gary to do it. He seems to have the magic touch with Gary. Hey, Gary, do this.
You know what you didn't do? You didn't have the ball and the glove ready.
Right. Gary, I got a ball and a glove. Come on.
He doesn't seem to be able to resist that.
Wipe the guacamole up your fingers and throw that ball, Gary. Come on. Maybe he had guacamole on his fingers that
Bring it on, guys. Pile it on. Told you.
If we had a live audience, Gary would do it. I'm telling you.
No, you can't do it in front of an
I
audience.
just want to say that it's easy to say now, but it was a split-second decision. Clearly the wrong one.
Right.
But it's not so easy. It's easy
When
to
you're caught up in the moment.
It is, Howard. I know that you're different.
No.
You're different.
No.
You are. You're different.
I'm not different.
You have more confidence than I do.
No, I got to tell you the truth, Gary, and I'll go to my grave saying this. It isn't confidence. Believe me, I don't have confidence. What it is when I know I can't do something, I don't do it. You believe you could have thrown that ball. That's why you did it. Because if it was something you really thought you couldn't do, you would say, Jimmy, I'm not doing it. Because you knew you'd humiliate yourself.
You'd have said, I learned my lesson.
Right. You thought you could do it. And I know I'm right, and I'll go to my grave saying it. Because I know...
Go to your grave.
Right now?
He'd like you to go right now.
But seriously, Gary, think about it. There's nothing... there's no way on live television you would partake in anything if you knew you couldn't do it. I'm telling you. I don't care what pressure was on you. If there were 10 million screaming people, Gary, do it, do it, do it, do it. If you knew you couldn't do it, you wouldn't do it. It's the same analogy I used this morning. If someone says to you, whip your cock out on national TV, you go, no, I can't do that.
What was he thinking when he threw the second ball?
Yeah, why'd you throw the second one?
I figured it can't be worse than the first.
You see what I mean? But you really wanted to get it right. Now, why'd you throw...
Of course you would. If I'm going to do it, I mean, if I was going to do it, I want to get it. I wasn't...
If Jimmy said to you, Gary, go out and juggle, and you'd say, no, I don't know how.
So the third time, you're just sure. Now I've got it. I've got the feel. I've got everything. I'm almost there, and now I'm going to get it right.
If I was a psychiatrist, I'd say to you, but Gary, you must have on some level thought you could do it. Because when you...
And I'm just saying, don't put me in that spot. I got what you're saying. I got that. I'm the one who stood up. I get that.
Right.
But don't put me in that spot. Don't put me on the spot.
I think you would have gotten it if you threw it a fourth time.
But he couldn't afford to jeopardize the audience anymore.
Let me ask you something. If I can't think of the right analogy, but whatever it is, you've got to, on some level, believe you can do it.
I was probably what Robin said earlier. I probably thought it couldn't be worse.
Right. Well, all right. You didn't think it through. Jeff Jarvis, who is a commentator on television and wrote for TV Guide and has his own blog and writes on a website and the whole thing. Go ahead, Jeff.
I want to be the one guy to defend Gary today and say, Gary, this is why we love you. You're the mensch's mensch. I screw up, and I look at you, and you're a model for just taking it, roll off your back. If you hadn't been so hard with this, we wouldn't have gotten a good hour of radio out of this today. You couldn't have done anything else. If you'd said no, you would have come off like a snot or a loser. You had no choice but to do what you did, and it doesn't matter. This is not going to ruin the book or the weekend or anything. We still love you, and this is why.
The thing, Jeff,
that makes me feel good because I think there are some people who feel like that.
Jeff, what I like about it is you're wrong about one thing. It's not rolling off his back.
Well, I know. That's why he's giving you a gift now. So the bad thing wasn't to throw the pitch. The bad thing was to show his weak underbelly to you.
Right.
That's
well, because
right?
because forever I will wonder about this pitch, why Gary agreed to do it.
Yeah, Howard, really.
Jeff,
if I were sitting there,
Jeff, he thought he could do it.
Yeah, but what if he said no? So
if he said no, but you do it in fun way, you run out of there. Right. Jeff, you run out.
That's worse. That's worse. Then he looks like a wimp.
So then you sit there.
For having no dick.
You go, no, or you just throw it underhand and you say, good night, everybody. Something like that. When you know you can't do it, why would you be humiliated?
The problem here is that he's allowed himself to be humiliated to you, not to Jimmy.
Okay. All right, Jeff. I still think there's an angle here that he really thought he could throw it.
Well, he's the man of eternal hope. Of course he did.
All right. Well, you're right. He should let it roll off his back. What else can he do? And listen, don't sit there and bum out with that stupid pitch. Big deal.
Listen, like I said, it's half the pitch. Half of it's a pitch, and half of it is just everybody thinking they're you and that they can fuck with me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I mean,
right.
That's I think, a big part of it. I know Jimmy's – listen, I don't hate Jimmy. I've always thought he was funny. I probably had a lot to do with getting him on the show in the first place. And I like him. But there's just this perception, like, you know, sometimes people don't think of it just like, oh, Gary fucks with Howard. Howard fucks with Gary. Everybody can fuck with Gary.
Right. All right, you got a point. But, again, taking a look at this thing realistically, it's, you know, I'll have guests come in and I'll throw 50 things at them.
Yeah, sometimes you try to give singers guitars and they won't take them.
Yeah. You know, I try to do different things, and if they say no, I move on to the next thing.
And I thought about that a lot this weekend. I really did. But it's so different when there's an audience involved and everybody's, you know.
The audience.
And the other thing, too, is like, you might ask somebody to do something, but you've never gotten out of your chair and walked up to them. Like, say you just wanted to dance with somebody, just because you know they can't dance. You've never gotten out of your chair and walked over to them and go, come on, let's do this.
You felt badgered.
Painted it to a corner would be like I felt like I had minimal amount of choices, and
you felt if you didn't go along with it, you'd be a killjoy.
Well, more than a killjoy, I thought it would look bad, but in retrospect, it couldn't have been any worse. But yeah, you know, when again, Howard, you're different than me. When the audience is yelling, and he's already squatting down, and there's a glove in my hand. You know what I mean?
Okay. I just know when I can't do something, I don't do it.
Yeah, because even the guy who doesn't take the guitar, if he did take the guitar, it was because he knows he can play it.
Right. That's the thing I can never get past. But you know what, though? You got to, like, read that memo again that your wife sent you and just sign my name to it. I feel the same way. You have many skills. Throwing is not one of them. Stop with the throwing. I feel bad for him. He's all bummed out. He's upset with it. You know what? It's almost like a... he's reliving the moment over and over again when he agreed to do it.
Well, you know what it is? It also brought back the pitch.
Right. Oh, in spades.
It reinvigorated it.
Yes. It got it all going again. It got the whole discussion going again, how you can't pitch. You were past it already. He had to bring it up with that book. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, I just wanted to tell Gary to have a little humility, man. I mean, this was great TV and an hour plus worth of great radio.
Right.
You know? It's not even that bad, Gary. Actually, it's hilarious. We love everything about it. It makes you more famous.
You know what? I get what you're saying. I don't think the Kimmel show or this hour sells any books, and if it does, it doesn't sell enough books to make me feel any better.
Anyway, let's get Steve Langford in here. Stevie boy, come on in and tell us what's happening in the Howard 100 newsroom. Steve Langford, everybody.
Steve Langford has a huge penis.
Yeah, a huge penis.
The 𝗵𝗵cie book tour in Southern California. Part celebrity super signing, part group hug this weekend. But when the pitch hit the fan, Howard 100 News right there as a quiet and wounded Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 returns to a stunned dressing room. Gary immediately describing it as terrible, terrible. Producers meeting with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 behind closed doors right away.
Did Gary get so upset that they had you thrown out of the room? Like Steve's the first guy you throw out of the room.
I was going to say, did you get the immediate interview right after he walked off stage?
Yes. And then the producers came back a couple of minutes later. We exited the room, and when they left, we went back in. But
as a reporter, do you agree with me that, like, why did Gary? I believe Gary pitched on Jimmy Kimmel because he really believed that the pitch would be good. If you know you can't do something, why would you go along with it?
I believe that he did it simply because of the pressure, the crowd.
But he knows he can't pitch. He believed he could get it right.
But he knows. No, I don't believe he.
Well, why would you do it? When you know you can't do something, you don't do it.
He just felt pressured. He's there on live television.
Do you
so
feel
he knew he was going to mess up and this would be a terrible
hoping for the best.
That sounds dopier than what I'm saying. Was he, like, wiped out when he walked off there?
He looked defeated.
Yeah.
There's no question.
He was bummed.
He was stunned. And Gary instantly predicting, quote, another month of effing torment.
What is this audio that you have?
This is the interview as he came back. The moment he came back.
This is right after he threw those 3 horrible pitches.
Right when he came back into the dressing room.
All right.
Did you know?
No. No, I didn't know.
Now, in our business, we would call it an ambush.
It was.
How is that an ambush? Is when you go to a guy's house and you throw a camera on him. He's on camera. He's on Kimmel. All he's got to do is say, no, I don't want to do that.
But he's not.
I was there to do an interview.
Right.
Come on. I mean, you're right that I could have said no, but to say that it wasn't in any way.
You could do it in a funny way. You're
not being sincere. I mean, I was thinking I was doing an interview and nothing else.
Gary, if I had you on in an interview on television with a live audience.
But I'm not. But it's not you. It's him.
All right. Okay, Jimmy.
And nobody. I've done.
But Jimmy has you on, okay? It's toward the end of the interview. You know that the interview's almost over. And at the end of the interview, Jimmy says to you, Gary.
I understand that we've been over that, but I shouldn't have been put in that position.
Okay, granted. You were put in the position, though. It's just like Jay-Z. I asked him about Beyonce. He goes, that's something I don't really talk about. Same thing. I don't throw balls, Jimmy. I'm not your monkey. I'm not doing that for you. Boom. You know what, Jimmy? You throw the ball, I'll catch. Let's see how you do. You know what, Jimmy? I never had a free... No late-night show ever gave me a free mitt before. Boom. Leave with the free mitt. Anything. You don't... I theory is that you did it because you thought...
I don't want to fuck with your theory.
I know I'm right.
Well, then be right.
Admit I'm right.
I don't admit you're right.
You thought you could throw that ball.
I thought I could do
You wanted to be redemption.
I thought I could do better than what I did, but I did not want to do it.
I don't
But
believe
it's so
it.
obvious. You can see it on my face.
I think he didn't want to do it, but he thought he'd be fine.
I mean, how is that an ambush? I mean, 99% of the people can do it.
It's not an ambush except because he could have said no.
Of course.
An ambush you can't avoid.
Here's a question. How come he doesn't fuck with everybody else that comes on the show? That's what it comes down to. How come he doesn't fuck with Harrison Ford?
But wait a second.
No, but answer the question. How come
I'll tell you why.
he's okay to fuck with me, but not everyone else?
Because he didn't think he was fucking with you.
I disagree.
You think he thought
I think he
Gary
thought it'd be
could
funny.
throw that ball straight?
I don't think he knew, but Gary ambushed himself. That's the 𝗵𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏 in this.
So, Robin, you're on the show next week, and if he asks you to do something stupid, and say you wouldn't do it, but you wouldn't feel...
All right, he says, Robin, whip out your tits.
Aren't you expecting...
Is she going to do it?
That's a ridiculous thing. Robin,
Right, what?
Are you expecting anything past a straight interview?
No, but when I was on the Tonight Show and Linda Ronstadt came after me, that wasn't planned.
But they didn't put her out there to go after you.
No,
It
but
just-
the point is, things happen in
Wait a
a
second.
talk show situation.
How do you know they didn't book Linda Ronstadt to get some fireworks going?
Because Leno's not that smart.
That's true. All right, I agree
Yeah,
with
he
you.
didn't know that was going to happen. That was totally
Jimmy
Linda.
says-
In fact, if Leno knew that was going to happen, he would have unbooked her.
All right, Robin always says on the air, I don't know my left from my right. So if Jimmy says to her during the interview, Robin, which is your left hand? Is that an ambush?
Did Robin write a book with a whole chapter about how upsetting it is not to know her left from her right?
Yeah.
She didn't.
Read her book. Read her book. She says she has like a dyslexia about it.
But is it so upsetting to her?
Of course it's. Would you consider? Would you consider? But Gary, would you consider it an ambush if Jimmy says to her?
I'm going to win this argument because you need to be right.
Because no, I don't want to be right. I just don't.
Right.
I don't understand why you went along with it unless you thought you could pitch.
I don't understand it either. I told you that.
So don't be mad at Jimmy, and don't be mad at.
Well, he can be mad at Jimmy if he wants
can't.
to be.
No.
Yes. I say you can be mad
Come
at Jimmy.
on, let's go.
Be mad at Jimmy.
All right, be mad at Jimmy.
Because he's laughing at you, not because of what he did.
That's a big part of it. You know what?
Because it's hysterical.
Even if the note he sent to you said, God, I felt so bad for Gary, but I got to tell you what happened. But it's not even that.
He doesn't
feel bad. He couldn't wait to get back to you to tell you how he made me look like a fool.
I'm going to tell you, Jimmy laughed at dinner till he cried
He laughed in his
about
sleep.
that pitch. That's how much fun he had with it.
But you would think Jimmy had asked Gary to do quantum mathematics or something. You know what I mean? Like what is it?
The point is,
I mean, he just said, hey, throw a ball. Gary could have said no, or throw the ball and get over it.
Well, he did do that thing that people can sometimes do where you almost can't say no, where he was out of his seat, he was walking to his position.
He raped him.
Yeah.
There's no saying no.
That doesn't mean anything to you. I mean, there are things that mean nothing to me that mean something to you.
Listen, if I know there's something I can't do and Jimmy Kimmel tells me to hop through the hoop, I'm not doing it because I don't want to embarrass myself. And that ain't me just being
Look,
famous.
having been blindsided by you guys over the years with my singing, and you know what singing means to me. And you guys have done it to me over and over again, trying to find a way to get my mic up, taping me when I'm not aware of it.
Right.
And you have all those tapes, and every time you play them, it hurts.
There you go. Here's some pain. Why would you bring that up?
I'm just saying, Gary can't be so upset.
And
He's been a part of it.
And not only that, there's a little bit of difference if Gary tries to say no and you say no to Jimmy Kimmel.
Sorry,
Jimmy Kimmel
Fred,
is
let
going
me
to
tell you
back down
something.
with you. He's not going to back down
When
with
you
Gary.
can't do something and you find it really embarrassing, you just don't do it as a human being. I know that.
I agree with that, but I'm trying to cut Gary a little slack
No,
here.
I'm telling you, Gary thought he could do it.
And Robin brings up the point. Okay, like Robin's right. If I have fucked with her in the past, she's fucked with me. What have I ever done to Jimmy?
Nothing.
Jimmy didn't do anything bad to you. He said, come on, let's throw a ball. You could say no.
Yeah, okay, we'll take it at that.
Listen.
What happened?
All right, you know what? It's unbelievable.
I don't know why you're fighting that he can't be upset with Jimmy.
Because he should be upset with himself. Jimmy can present
I'm sure
a lot of
he's
things.
already upset with himself. But
Jimmy's a talk show
Jimmy is
host.
enjoying it way too much.
I'm upset with me, and I'm upset with him. And if you keep going on, I'll be upset with you.
Stop. You should be upset with me for a lot of things.
Sir, you were an eyewitness to the Gary pitch debacle this past weekend.
It was quite a weekend.
What would you have done differently if you were Gary, as someone who saw the whole thing unfold?
Hindsight is 20/20.
But does Howard make a great point that Gary could have easily said no?
Well, I guess probably he should have in hindsight. There's no question. But you know, I can imagine what Gary was going through. Say you're invited on the Kimmel show, and Kimmel all of a sudden says, "All right, come on, you're going to throw a ball." What, are you going to sit there and say no? No.
Well, I have a cannon for an arm. Of course not.
So, yeah, I understood what he was going through. However, I will say that, you know, as producer of the show that specializes in surprises, Gary should probably be prepared for that kind of thing.
Do you feel as though Jimmy Kimmel sandbagged Gary?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, how couldn't he? He, you know, if you read Gary's book, you see, it's like his one. He won't even throw the ball at his kids' practices anymore. You know, so you know it's like his one crutch, and you know he didn't give him an out. Then Gary said, "No, I really don't want to." Jimmy still got out and walked around, and you know. And, you know, you saw what happened.
I do think he was sandbagged. I know that he met with the producers beforehand, talked about the segment, and he surprised him. And the problem was that Gary, of all the things he's doing, the one place where he felt safe was Kimmel, and clearly that was a mistake. I don't think Jimmy was trying to hurt Gary. I don't think he was trying to embarrass him. But if you're Jimmy, if he throws the pitch and it's perfect, then everything is redeemed. If he throws the pitch and it's horrible, then it's a great laugh. So Jimmy had nothing to lose by doing it. But I understand why Gary would feel a little bit betrayed.
You notice how bad the guy feels about the way he threw that pitch at Citi Field? Why would you try to embarrass a guy like that? Why would you do that?
Now,
He's supposed to be a friend of the show. What the fuck's his problem?
Now, do you agree with Howard that Gary should have just politely declined? I mean, what was the...
Yeah, but you know what? Gary was there to do an appearance on his show. and I guess he felt that's what he had to do.
An obligation.
Not an obligation. He was doing an appearance on the show. He was brought out there to do an appearance, to promote his book, whatever he was doing, and I guess he felt he was put on the spot. He had to do it.
He should have kind of known doing all these talk shows that somebody was going to ask him to pitch. He could have prepared a little bit, I guess, but I guess he just, you know, it sounds like he's finally realized that no matter how much he practices, he can't pitch, so.
He asked him if he wanted to pitch. Gary had the opportunity to say, I'd rather not do it, or, you know, my shoulder hurts right now, or I'm not feeling well. He could have said no, but I mean, he just was going for a laugh, obviously.
He asked him to throw a ball. Would Gary sandbag his young child if you asked him to throw a football at the beach? Or
Well, you're being very literal. I mean, look at the situation and look at some of the things that have happened in the past. He asked him to throw a pitch.
Gary claims he could throw a ball and that he just froze up at the Mets game and fucking had a meltdown or whatever. So getting put on the spot is probably better. In fact, I think if he had thrown a perfect strike, he would have thanked Jimmy and said, "Oh, you know what? Thanks, man. That gave me an opportunity to redeem myself, and now, you know, got to prove to everybody that I can pitch." Clearly, that didn't happen. But so that's what happened.
I think Gary's the born loser. You know, for every step forward he takes that's positive, he takes 2 steps back that are negative. That's it. Here he is with a successful book. He's number 6 on the New York Times list. He gets on the show, blah, blah, blah. Big shot, big star. Hands him a ball, Mr. Coach. Throws it like a woman. Jackass.
So, Gary.
Yes.
As the discussion continues about the whole Kimmel pitch debacle, whatever you want to call it, it seems like you really are pissed at Jim. You said earlier that you're not, but it seems like...
Well, I'm just trying to defend my position. I mean, I don't fucking hate him. But yeah, I said I was pissed. I said I'm mad at him. Somebody said to you, or do you hate Jimmy? And I was like, no, I don't hate Jimmy, but I'm upset about it.
And Howard keeps sticking to his argument that you could have just said no. I mean...
Right. It's easier, you know, when you have a whole weekend to think about it and you see it, it's easy to say that. But, you know, the classic words where you had to be there.
Right, and plus, had you said no, you would have probably set like a rabid crowd like against you.
Well, and not only that, I would have walked in today that would have just been fucking walked off in here, and they're like, "Come on, Gary, you said you could do it." I was gonna have to do it somewhere. Probably should have done it here. Would have been better off.
Now, as like a baseball fan and a coach and everything, how does this affect you at all from that standpoint?
I'm still a fan. I'm not throwing any more first pitches. When I coach kids, I barely have to teach them how to throw. I teach them how to run the bases, and it's fine.
Right.
I'll live.
All right, man.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You got to be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's going to be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
Hey Stern fans, welcome to Fine Time, the show where you, the fans, get the opportunity to ask questions and interact with your favorite Stern Show staffers, whack backers, and celebrity superfans. I'm your host, Rachel Fine. Now, my guest today rose to fame on Saturday Night Live, where his Joe Pesci and Goat Boy characters were instant classics. Stoners around the world love him from the film Half Baked, and Stern fans really love him for his impressions of everyone from his family members to Judas Priest and Metallica. He is an author, a comic, a radio host, and he's the star of a documentary that focuses on the special relationship he has with his dad. Now, recently, he's left the party scene to focus on being a great husband and father, and he is still wiping the from his dad's ass. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Breuer. Why, hello, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us on Fine Time today.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We had a ton of audience questions, so I'm
All right.
jump in here.
All right.
We've got one from Michael A. Michael asks, would you work on The Stern Show if they made you an offer?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I definitely would. I think that'd be a huge honor, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
If it made sense, and yeah, definitely. In the past, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because, but a lot of people bring it up to me, or they ask, but I'd have to say the honest answer would be yes.
So maybe that's the next step in your career.
Who knows?
I hope so.
Who knows?
Question from Jason C. Jason asks, if this is what you look and act like sober, what are you like when you're actually high?
Well, those days are gone.
Okay.
But when I used to, I was, my eyes are really red.
Yeah.
My eyes drip down even more. And I'd laugh a little too much and get a little too into my conversation. I'd usually go far out there in the conspiracy world, and then it would always end with paranoia of some type. always end with paranoia.
Has it been a long time since you've been?
It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years.
Question from David S. David asks, where did you get your metal singing voice, and have you ever been in a band?
I started in high school, and really, it was imitating. All I did was imitate. I would imitate all the bands I was into. So that's where I kind of learned to sing. I took some singing lessons from friends, and then band-wise, I started fronting a band, but we mixed stand-up comedy with musical hooks. So, and I did that in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I just started doing it again. So technically, I sing, but not to the point where like, oh my gosh, he's singing now? It's just the hook, and then talk and do the stand-up.
But you treat music like an impression almost, it sounds like.
Yeah, that's the only, like I almost feel uncomfortable if I'm just singing.
Yeah.
But if you give me an impression or a voice to work off of, I have more confidence with it.
Cool. Question from Paul M. Paul asks, is there anything you would do differently now if you were back on SNL that you didn't do before?
Oh, God. Yes, I would be more, I wouldn't take everything so personally. I took so many things so personally. I would take the writers personally if I thought they were throwing my jokes out or writing or criticize something while I wasn't there. I just took so many things personal. I wouldn't do that again, and I probably would have been there for at least 5 more years, at least, or at least wanted to be.
Question from Deborah C. Deborah asks, what is your favorite and your least favorite impression to perform?
I love any rock impressions. I like them more. My least favorite is, the Pesci one's old to me.
You're just tired of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost hacky.
Oh, hey, where's my assistant? Hey, give me a cup of coffee. How long I gotta fucking wait here? I mean, come on.
I can't know what to do anymore.
Got it.
Tracy Morgan, I'm getting tired of.
Love what you boys. People busy, man. I got children, and I'm alive, man. I'm working with Alec Baldwin.
But even the impressions, like I only do the people I really like. I don't sit there and study people. I only imitate everything I'm really into and I like.
Got
I don't know.
Question from Patrick S. Patrick asks, has Tracy Morgan gotten in touch with you since you put it out there that he was kind of an ass to you?
He wasn't an ass to me. He just blew my show off 3 or 4 times in a row.
Right.
And knowing him for as long as I did, I would have expected either a personal, hey, sorry I couldn't make it, but to like book himself on the show, me go, all right, this is 20 minutes to fill, this is 40 minutes to fill, and then just not show up. It was fine. First time, second time was weird. Like, why go to the point of saying, I'm coming on? If you don't want to come on, just don't come on.
Right.
Or deny it. No, I don't want to. So that was the only, but I also know Tracy. That's sort of who he is and what he does. Who knows? He might be in a position where they go, hey, really, why don't you do this? And he'll go, all right, yes, I'll do it. And then when it comes that moment, he's like, man, I want to do this. And then he doesn't do it. So I get that side too, but no, he hasn't reached out.
So have you talked to him since you talked about this experience? You don't run into him? Or?
No.
Okay, think it'll be weird?
But if I did, no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Me and him would never have weirdness. And that's the thing, like, I don't have any weirdness towards him, but I did want him to know, like, hey, you could have just said, sorry, man, I flaked. I get it. I flaked too. We all flake. Don't book yourself and then just not show up multiple times. That's the only weirdness.
That's weird. Matt H. asks, are you happy with the way that family life has changed your act on stage?
No. Am I happy?
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been better my entire life or better career. I've never been better. Ever. This is the most confident I've been, the hardest I crush, the best material I've ever had, and it's just formulating into all these different avenues. This is the best ever. Thank God I have that family to push out there.
And does it ever cross the line with your family, or are they ever?
No.
They're cool with whatever you say?
Yeah, they're fine.
That's good. Question from Joseph M. Will there ever be a half-baked 2, please, with 100 E's?
That'd have to be a Dave Chappelle. That's his baby. And if there was, I honestly think the only reason to do it would have to be because it makes sense to do it, not just because the fans want it or whatever. And I think as clever as Chappelle is, the best way to do that is when we're older, because then it's ridiculous. Because to this day, there's never been a movie where the older guys are the half-baked guys. So to me, it's funny. When we're all growing up and we have to come out of whatever environment. Like to me, my character, I always thought it'd be hilarious. I grew up, I became a stockbroker or insurance or very successful white-collar guy, and now I'm coming back out of this world for whatever reason. That would be funny.
That would be very
But just
funny.
to do half-baked for the sense of half-baked, that would ruin what half-baked is now.
So maybe someday.
Maybe.
Question from Dave C. Dave asks, tell us something about yourself that people would be surprised to know about you that you have not disclosed to Howard.
Maybe I'm deeper in faith than he realizes. Maybe.
A religious guy?
Not religious.
Okay.
I don't. Religious is you go to a Catholic church, blah, blah. A deep spirituality that keeps away. That there's I believe in a different layer of spirituality than what most people probably think of.
Does your work ever feel like it's in conflict with that to you?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while. Once in a while, I turn my back to it and I go, all right, I'll just do this.
Have you ever turned anything down because of your spirituality?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Plenty of jobs, plenty of sponsorships, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Question from John K. John asks, are there any impressions you've wanted to do but you just can't seem to nail it?
No.
Nothing. You put your mind to it, you got it.
Yeah, I put my and there's not if I really want to do the guy, I'm gonna get him. If I really want to do them, I'm gonna get it, because that's how it works for me. If there's something about, I would love to be able to do Stern.
Do you have you tried before?
Not even close. I never tried it.
This is a great opportunity on
can't.
Fine Time to
No,
to
I only
work
do it when it's nailed.
Gotcha. There's none in progress. You can show us a sneak peek of it this
I
time.
never even tried it, so I couldn't even go there.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I want to thank Jim for taking the time to answer the questions that you, the fans, submitted. Keep sending your questions in. You can tweet them, you can Facebook them, you can even send a video submission and be a part of the show. And remember, this is your show, so don't screw it up. Until next time, I'm Rachel Fine, and I hope you had a fine time. Did you have a fine time, Jim?
I had a fine time, and there's really no better fans in the world.
That's so true.
They come out in huge numbers to see me. Thanks to Howard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You don't even seem to understand the show. You just ruin everything. You gotta be funny in here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on Howard TV.
Daily shows, classics, and exclusive behind-the-scenes access.
Well, that's gonna be on Howard TV.
The funniest, sexiest, most star-studded network on TV is Howard TV On Demand.
I'm Matthew Berry. I'm ESPN Senior Fantasy Analyst. I'm also the author of a new book called Fantasy Life, and I'm here on the show to promote that, to talk about all the crazy stories from the world of fantasy football, including the Stern Show Fantasy League with Gary and John Hine, JD, Scott the Engineer, Will Murray, Jason Kaplan, Steve Brandano. The whole gang is in this fantasy league. So I'm going to talk about that and just all the craziness that happens in that league. So I'm super psyched. I've been a Howard Stern fan for over 20 years. Somewhere in my closet is a VHS copy of Butt Bongo Fiesta. I go that far back.
Wow.
So I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge Stern fan. And so this is like a a real bucket list moment. This is like a dream come true to be on the Howard Stern Show.
Now, given your superfan status, you know Howard's not much of an athlete nor a sports fan.
Right.
So you have a difficult challenge of making this relatable for him.
See, I don't think I do, because that's the genius of Howard. It doesn't matter what person walks in that studio. He finds something interesting out of the person. He finds something relatable. So I'm not really worried about that because he's such a master interviewer. But I will say that one of the focuses of the stories are, and the book, is that it's all about people. I wrote it specifically so that if you don't play fantasy football, you still enjoy it.
So there you go.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about it. Hope it goes well. And, you know, listen, I don't think there's anything bad. It's all downhill from here after being on the show with the king of all media.
All right, we'll see you in the studio, Matt.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait to talk about fantasy football with these guys. I hear horrible stories around our office. This is a guy who's considered the expert on fantasy football, Matthew Berry. And Gary explained to me he's the expert on fantasy football because he's on ESPN or something?
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So you play fantasy football with these guys on my show?
I do indeed. King, it is an honor, by the way, to sit here in front of you.
Yeah, and you also are considered the why? Okay, explain to me first of all, for anybody in the audience who isn't a man like me,
right?
What is fantasy football?
Fantasy football is a game, okay? So you choose real-life athletes.
Right.
And how well those players do statistically in their real-life NFL games or what have you is how well they do for your team. So if you drafted Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady throws 3 touchdown passes on Sunday.
You get credit.
You get your team has now 3 touchdowns.
I see.
So if you drafted Tom Brady and I drafted Peyton Manning, for example, right?
Right.
So and Peyton Manning throws 2 touchdowns on Sunday and we're playing each other.
Yeah, but
you're beating me 3 touchdowns to 2.
But I don't understand how it works. In other words, if Tom Brady, though, throws the pass and somebody runs for a touchdown, what about if you have the guy what if I have the guy who runs for the touchdown?
You get points for that as well.
Oh, you do?
And if you have both of them, what's that called?
Right. Yeah, it's a double dagger.
A double dagger.
The double dagger.
You get double points. It's having the guy that throws and the guy that receives.
So what is the skill here? That I have to put together a team of all the great players? Now, what if one of my players gets injured?
That sucks.
That's
right.
So that's it.
Well, no, it's not that it. You go to what's called the waiver wire and you replace the player.
Oh, you can replace someone who's been injured.
You don't draft every player in the NFL. You draft kind of what's basically the stars. So you draft quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Why are you an expert on this? I mean, why are you considered an expert on fantasy football? Do you win in our league all the time?
I actually have never won the league. I've only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
I finished last to John Hine in the very first year. The first year I played,
so why
I
are
lost
you
in
an
the finals. Well, I think I'm an expert because I'm on ESPN. I've been playing for almost 30 years, and I've been doing this. I've been doing it professionally since 1999. I actually don't even like the term expert.
Does it require any skill, this game?
Yeah, of course it does.
And you win money? How much money can you win? Well, how much
Thank
money?
you, Robin. Hello, Queen.
Yeah. How much money can we win in our league?
Our league is $100 a guy, and we're thinking about upping that. It's 10 guys, so you win like $600 because you divvy up for second and third. But in our league, and what Matthew will explain to you, it's really not about the money.
Right.
It's about bragging rights.
Yeah, you want to win. Like JD won one year. You would have thought that he banged a supermodel.
And JD,
look at how it changed his life.
Yeah, look how great he's doing. And how much time does the average guy who plays fantasy football put in a week? How much time a week does he need to put in order to be good at this?
He only needs to be good at it. You got to put in a lot. Like we did a study at ESPN, and the average sports fan watches about 6 hours of ESPN a week in terms of whether it's downloading an app or the magazine or ESPN Radio or ESPN.com, one of our many platforms, right? The average fantasy player engages 18 hours a week.
Wow.
3 times as much, almost 1 full day a week. So yeah, the people that play fantasy are really into it.
It's big business, right?
Huge business.
What's the economics of this thing? I don't get it. Who's making money off of it?
Well, ESPN makes money off of it.
Is fantasy football so popular that it affects the actual NFL?
Yes, I believe so.
How so?
I mean, well, in terms of revenue, they've found studies that the NFL started promoting it in 2003 really hard because they found a study similar to that, which was that the average football fan watched about 3 hours of football a week. The average fantasy football player watched 6 hours.
Because they're vested in seeing how their team
their team does. It gives you a rooting interest in, whatever. Gary's a fan of the Jets, right? We all know this. Gary's a big fan of the Jets. So he might not
Gary, you don't take good Jets players on your fantasy team.
No, because they suck.
Because they suck, right?
But what the point is if I have the quarterback from Seattle,
Right.
and I have a running back from San
Then you
Diego,
gotta watch
and
the
San
games.
Diego is playing Seattle, a game I would never watch,
Right.
I am now very interested in.
Right.
Yeah, it gives you a rooting interest in stuff that you wouldn't care about, and in fact, if you don't play sports at all, like it gives you a reason to watch.
You had a major Hollywood career going. You were a writer.
Yes.
And you'd written some pretty notable things, and you gave up your entire writing career to become a fantasy football guy. That had to be pretty risky.
I think so, but I was miserable. Howard,
miserable as a writer?
I was miserable as a writer. So I was 35 years old. I've been playing fantasy sports since I was 14 years old.
Right.
I'm 43, right? So almost 30 years.
There are other fantasy sports?
Robin, there are things, if you can keep score
If
at
there are
it.
bronies, there's got to be fantasy sports for everything.
Exactly. If you can find a way to keep score at it, there is a way to play a fantasy version of it. There's fantasy sumo wrestling, which is huge in Japan.
Do you play that?
I've never played fantasy sumo wrestling.
Right.
But, I mean, like I do with a bunch of my Hollywood friends, I do a fantasy summer movie league. Like we pick movies in the summer, and which movies make the most money is how well our fantasy.
So interesting how America is consumed with how things do as opposed to the actual art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's really fascinating.
You could do there's Fantasy Bachelor, Howard. You would love that.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Fantasy
sure.
Bachelor.
Fantasy Bachelor, Fantasy
Hold
American
it a second.
Idol.
You're shitting me.
Right.
I think Desiree is going to marry. You're kidding me. I could
totally.
play. I could bet on the Bachelor.
We could do Fantasy America's Got Talent. Absolutely.
Wow.
You'd pick the guys and say like you'd pick contestants and see how far they go and when they get eliminated, and you get points for how far they go in the
I'd be good at that. I was 4 for 4 last week.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah,
See,
yeah. I know
You're
what's
already
happening.
playing.
I'm already playing.
In fact, I would even say, Howard, you actually play fantasy sports. You don't realize it. Remember a couple weeks ago when the National Enquirer had the celebrity death pool thing, and you guys were.
By the way, I am going to win that one. Who do I have, Fred? Tell everyone.
I don't know.
You don't know who I have, Gary? Go ahead.
Is it Randy Travis?
That's right.
And I've got the Queen.
I bet you Randy Travis dies before
Who
the
do
Queen.
I have?
Robin, you had somebody.
I don't even remember.
Well, I had OJ.
Right. So
does Robin have Regis? Do you have Regis?
I don't know.
See, and that's fantasy sports. You guys are all competing. You pick something, right? So
At least
now,
I didn't go into a war room for that.
Right, well, true. But you've
you
now
part
got
of
a
this-
rooting interest in Randy Travis's health, which you never would have
I
cared
know.
about before.
I'm calling the hospital daily.
Robin does have Regis.
Oh, she has Regis?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody for me to call.
So that's fantasy sports. It's the exact same
fantastic.
thing.
Yes, but maybe I do like this.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you would love it because it would get you into sports.
So are you making a living now just strictly off fantasy sports?
I make a nice living, yeah.
You make a good living?
Yeah.
How do you make a good living? ESPN
Well,
doesn't pay
ESPN
jack shit, do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean,
What do you
listen,
make over there?
I don't make Howard Stern money,
No,
but I do well. I do well.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Look at this.
You weren't a millionaire when you left writing.
He might have been.
I was close. I was close. But
You
yeah,
wrote,
I mean,
didn't you write Crocodile Dundee 2?
3.
3.
Yeah, not even the good one. Not even I wrote the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, but the story. Tell that story.
All right. So I was a screenwriter in Hollywood for the longest time.
Right.
And I was just doing fantasy sports stuff on the side.
Right.
So anyway, and I was working with my writing partner, a guy named Eric Abrams, who, by the way, huge Stern fan. He's the guy that turned me on to you like over 20 years ago.
Thank you, Eric.
So anyway, so we get call. Hey, our agent calls up and says, "Hey, you guys know who Paul Hogan is? Of course. You ever seen Crocodile Dundee? Of course." He's like, "Well, he's a client here at the agency. He wants to do a third installment of the franchise. I'm the agent in charge of putting writers in a room to pitch him ideas. You guys want me to throw you on the list?"
Right.
And we're like, "Yeah, let's meet Paul Hogan. That'll be a funny story."
That'd be
like,
cool,
yeah,
yeah.
whatever. We're not. He's like, "But we've never written a movie before, you know." And he's just like, "You won't get the job. It doesn't matter, but it'll be good practice because we wanted to get into movies." So we go in, we watch the first two, and there's only 2 rules apparently: that it has to take present day, has to take place present day, which means 16 years after the second movie. You know, of course, because everyone's all clamoring for another Croc movie, and then and his real life wife has to be in it,
Right.
Linda, right? So she's got to be in it. So whatever. So. Like, we don't spend a very much time because we're not getting this job. So we just go in and we're just like, look, you did New York in the first 2 movies. Why don't you do L.A. in this movie? You've been living with this woman for the whole time. You're not married, but you've got a kid. Because we'd figured, like, at that time, Something About Mary was the big movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, like, so, and there was, like, no way that this could be an R-rated comedy that could compete with that. So we're like, the only chance you have is a family, to do this for families. So anyway, so we go there and we pitch and we say, so look, just come to L.A. and it's Beverly Hills Croc.
Right.
You're going to walk around L.A. and wacky stuff happens. You get a job at a movie studio because you can talk to animals,
Right.
whatever stupid thing that is, right?
Yeah.
There's some bad guys there you saved today. Not tough. You know, it's Croc 3. We'll make it funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what we say. And he's just like, you guys are the only ones who get me. You're hired. We're like, really? We're hired on this thing?
Wow.
Right?
So you go off and write the script.
Right. So the deal is, so we actually don't want to write them. We're like, are we really going to write Croc 3? And they're like, guess how much they want to pay you.
How much?
We ended up, but because the movie got made and we got credit and residuals, we ended up making close to $1 million on the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I want to say like 850, 900, something like
Hey,
that.
Robin,
yeah.
why don't we write Crocodile Dundee 4?
4?
Yeah, listen to my pitch, okay? We can write this simple. Tornado hits Australia. Crocodile Dundee gets swept up in it. Him and a whole bunch of alligators. Alligators start falling all over people and eating them.
Alligator-nado.
Yeah, the only guy, Crocnado. The only guy who can save the day is Crocodile Dundee. What do you think? Bye, Cracky, you get me.
Right, see?
Right,
Sold.
right.
Done.
Wow, I didn't know it was that
right.
easy.
Well, we're like, well, listen, this is my advice to the kids out there. If you're going to sell out big, right? So
You bet.
we heard that amount, and we were just like, all right, we're in. So the deal was, he was just like, well, he wants to write it with you guys. He wants to, and we're like, oh boy. So like, we can't imagine spending 3 months in front of a computer screen with Paul, right? And we're like, he didn't want to do that.
Right.
So we basically say like, look, we will let us write the first draft,
right,
and we'll give it to you, and then you'll do it, right?
Yeah.
You know. So and he's like, great. So we write the first draft, you know, and off of his notes, and you know, whatever we do, you know, we pitch everything to him. How about this or this and whatever. So we go off and we write the first draft. And we give it to him. And the whole plan is that the three of us are going to have writing credit, written by the three of us.
Right.
Okay. So then he goes and rewrites it. And he rewrites it like this. So pretend we had a scene where we said, like, interior radio studio. Matthew Berry's being interviewed by the king of all media, Howard Stern, about fantasy football. And so then, Howard, hey, Matthew, nice to meet you. Okay. He would rewrite that interior TV studio. Piers Morgan is interviewing Bob Smith about soccer.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
hi, Bob. Let's have dinner on Sunday. Like, so there's not one word that's the same, but it's the exact same scene,
Script,
the point of the scene.
Right. Instead of nighttime, it might be daytime.
Right. It's all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Instead of interior restaurant, it's interior bar. Like that's what he did. He rewrote the entire script like that.
Right.
It's like a college kid copying his term paper. Right.
Right.
And then what he did was, and we didn't care about that, but then he turned it in and took our names off. He said he wanted sole writing credit.
Wow.
And we're like, and because of the contract and everything like that, we needed to have writing credit on the movie,
Absolutely,
because of residuals and everything like that. I mean, the whole reason we wrote it was for money.
Right.
So now the line's drawn in the sand, so it's us versus him. And I mean, it's like, here's Paul Hogan, every scene of the movie, written based on characters he created, executive produced by him, starring him. He's in every frame of the movie, but he still needs solo writing credit. So
Strange.
Right. So it goes to the Writers Guild, which is a process that anytime there's a dispute over the credits, it goes through the process. They vote for us. They read our draft, his draft, and the final shooting script, and they say, Matthew and Eric get writing credit. So okay, fine. He appeals it. After the appeal, still same thing. He appeals the appeal. All right. So now he's had 9. It's a 3-person each time, 3-person panel. So he's now lost 9-0. Right.
Right.
3 different times he's lost. You'd think he'd drop it, but no. He goes on all the media, including the show. I was listening to KLSX in L.A. Right. I'm listening to you, and the first time you've ever heard of my existence, he's on here promoting the movie, and he's trashing us. He's just like, I'm going to sue the Writers Guild.
Where is that? I want to hear that.
I think it's. They told you. I think it might be on Gary Page 2, guys.
Let me see. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
I was horrified.
I don't even remember him doing this show.
Yeah, me neither.
Right.
I kind of remember him doing the show. It was so long ago. You wrote this one yourself?
No, I'm not credited with writing it, but I did. Yeah.
You did. You wrote it.
Yeah.
You gave
Why are you
somebody
not
else the
credited?
credit?
I wrote the screenplay. The WGA wouldn't let me have a credit because I'm the producer.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't make
So who's
sense.
credited as a writer?
Uh,
That doesn't make sense. It's true. It doesn't make sense.
Well, the reason is the reason that rule is that if you are a producer on the movie, so that you can't just force your name on the movie, you have to prove that you have written it. So there's a standard. I believe it's 50%. 50% of the screenplay has to be new.
Well, let me just
if you're a producer.
There's 12 seconds left on this clip. Let me just see if there's anything else interesting.
The 2 guys that wrote the plot with me.
I see.
Yeah, but it's not their fault. It's the WGA.
Never heard of them.
They're about to go on strike, and I'm a dirty foreigner and a producer.
Do you own this film as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So there you
wow.
go.
And you were sitting and listening to that going, oh, shit.
Right. I mean, first up, we're not like super proud of having written Croc 3, you know, but now we're in this very public thing.
Did the movie do well at all? I mean,
it made money.
It made money.
It made money. It didn't do as well as the first 2 movies, but it definitely made money. And yeah, we made.
I love Crocodile Dundee. I do. I love that whole thing. Yeah.
So of course, they get treated like shit. They're not allowed to walk the red carpet, and they're supposed to have.
Oh, you went to the premiere and they treated you like shit.
Oh, totally. Because right. So not only we're supposed like we had the last 2 seats in the theater, like in the very corner. Like all the cast and crew is there. Our names are only in the one place Paramount was contractually obligated to put it there. Yeah, I mean, and like, normally like you go to a premiere, like all the stars get tables. Like we didn't even get chairs. We got like one of those stand-up tables, like way in the corner.
You wouldn't give up your writing credit. What's wrong with you?
Apparently not.
Yeah. So, I mean, you had a pretty good career going as a writer before you got into this fantasy football stuff. Did you work on Married with Children too?
I did.
Gary told me that.
Yes,
what did you do for them?
That was before the movies. I was a story editor. I worked on the last episode, last year of the show.
Yeah.
So I co-wrote the 250th episode on the answer to a trivia question.
Look at you. So this guy was doing really well, and you just gave it all up for. Do you ever have any temptation to go back to writing?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I was 35 years old, and I was totally miserable. I'd been in therapy, and I was.
People would think that's really cool though, to be a writer and to work on all those shows.
Well, I know, and that was what was screwing me up. Was like I'd had the success, like I had this job that everyone.
What was your big
dreams of.
story on Married with Children? That Ed O'Neill was cheap?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he buy everybody for a gift?
So yeah, basically, he was totally cheap. Like, so you remember, like at that time, this is 1995, and everything, economy's doing real well, right?
Right, yeah.
So we'd heard like on other shows, like Seinfeld had bought like his entire staff for Christmas, like the camera guys and the crew guys, like he'd bought them all like really nice Schwinn bikes, like $250 bikes, and
nice.
and Drew Carey had like bought like VCRs for everyone, like So here we are, we're in the 12th year of the show. And the guys that created Married with Children, Moy and Levitt, were really generous. So guys that had been on the show from year one had been there for 12 years.
Right.
So here the entire cast gets together and they give as a Christmas gift in year 12 a beach towel, a Married with Children beach towel, like not even like a nice big thick beach towel, but like
you don't appreciate that,
right? Like some like sort of super thin.
Here's a nice beach towel,
right?
Wow.
Like a $12 beach towel, and it wasn't even like on Seinfeld. Like I think like Jerry gave a gift, and then like the other three like
but like when you go to the beach, you're really dry, right? Because you have a towel.
Yeah, it's absorbent. It's a Married with Children beach towel. Like and then there was another one where I wasn't here for this, but it was passed down by a number of people. So like after like the season 8 or something like that, Ed, who played Al Bundy, Ed says to the entire casting, to all the camera guys, "Hey guys, good season, nice work. Let's go to lunch."
Right.
Like on the last day. So they go out to lunch and whatever. So all the grips and key grips and everything are out there. And so the waitress brings the check to Ed. And he picks it up and he's just like, "All right, who had the tuna fish?"
No, he split the check.
I swear to God, he made them all go Dutch. No, it's like a $200 check. He invited him.
That's great.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder you wanted to go into fantasy football.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so explain something to me. You get out of fantasy football, you get a job. And how do you get a job with ESPN being a fantasy football expert?
Well, basically how the version is that in 1999 there was a website that was advertising for writers, right?
Yeah.
And I basically wrote and I said, like, look, hey, I'm a professional writer living out here in Hollywood, but fantasy sports is my life. I love it.
Wow.
Can I try out? Can I do something on the side for free? They wrote me back and they said, we looked you up on IMDb. Married with Children is our favorite show of all time.
Right.
You're hired.
Wow.
So that was in 1999. I worked on that site for about 4.5 years. I developed a big enough following that I decided to start my own website called TalentedMrRoto.com, which was my dumb little
Talented Mr. Roto?
Yes.
What is that?
I know.
TalentedMrRoto.com.
Right. Well, so fantasy baseball used to be called Rotisserie League Baseball. That's what it used to be called. So Roto for short. And
what do you do on the website? You make recommendations and picks and stuff. So you're kind of like a handicapper for football.
Yeah. I give advice, but
how can you give advice if you don't win regularly in fantasy football?
I do win regularly. I do win. But
Gary, is he considered a great? Now,
first of all, he's in our league. How many leagues are you in?
I'm like in 10 leagues.
Right. Who put you in our league? How long ago did you join our league?
Can I tell you how we got in our league?
Yeah.
We decided when we started the league we were going to put one celebrity in the league.
Okay.
So our original celebrity was Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah. Now all the guys hated Jerry in the league.
We love Jerry.
You do.
We hate him in the league.
Yeah. Why do you hate him in the league?
There were two things that were going on. The first is in the draft, which he would do via phone, he would only draft New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys.
Why does that annoy you?
Because it's not taking it seriously.
I see.
It's not taking it seriously.
That's not how you win.
But the other thing is, after Monday Night Football's over, 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning is when the wire opens, and so everybody puts their trades in. You can't, there's an order to go, and you can't. One trade can't be made till another one is made. There's a hierarchy.
You all rely on
and
it.
Jerry we couldn't find him for like 2 days.
So he didn't.
So we threw him out of the league.
You threw him out. Who threw him out?
Jason had to call him.
Right.
Jason, come here. So you need it. Why did you want a celebrity to make it more fun?
We just thought it'd be fun to have one.
Right. Jason, what happened? Why did you get selected to call Jerry O'Connell and throw him out of our fantasy football league?
Because I'm the asshole.
successful, and that's my role.
And how did that
want
go?
to do it, right?
Oh, Will totally didn't want to do it.
How does that go? I mean, what do?
You know, it wasn't horrible. I don't remember exactly because you just haven't seen that into it, and you haven't been available.
And did he put up a fuss, or
no,
he understood?
Like I said, I think he kind of
He wasn't that upset.
But to go back to how annoying he is, because I explained this to you the other day, and you seem to get
annoying,
it. Jerry. It's like when you're playing blackjack and someone doesn't play by the rules.
Right.
It's
I hate that.
Yeah, and so by him doing shitty drafts, it screws up everybody's,
right. So he's out.
Future picks. So he's out and Berry's in.
But how do you decide that Matthew Berry's going to be in?
I have a pretty good personal relationship with Matthew, and I knew he's a fan of the show, and I knew he wanted in, so he was my first. I'm like, hey, let's put Matthew in.
Why does Will hate Matthew? I hear all this.
Will's got a whole thing in his head that Matthew is a bully, and that
which is insane.
He hates that Matthew calls himself a fantasy expert, and who the fuck is he to be a fantasy expert? And he just gets under Will's skin so easily.
Will, why are you disturbed by Matthew? He seems to take the league seriously. I mean, this is what you're looking for.
Right.
Why does he get under your skin?
First of all, is this thing on?
See, this is what's great about this. It's all male camaraderie, right?
It is.
And wives never understand this shit, like why everybody's all worked up.
Although wives are now getting more into it. In the book, there's like a ton of stories of husbands and wives playing together.
Oh, you wrote a book? Is that why you're here?
Yes.
I didn't even know why the fuck you wrote that.
What's the book called?
What's the book? Let's plug that.
Thanks, guys. It's right here.
What is that?
It's called Fantasy Life.
Matthew Berry. It's all about your life with fantasy football.
It's a bunch of.
Do you talk about these guys because you're in a league with them?
I am in a league in this. I talk about these guys. I talk about you. I talk about the influence you had on my career.
Influence on fantasy football?
Yes.
How did I influence you rather briefly?
Well, just because what I loved about you, there's so many things, but I love the fact that you basically said, like, I don't care how everyone else does morning DJ. Like, people forget that you were a morning DJ, like traffic and news, and you basically said, I'm going to do it my way.
That's right.
Right, and so you didn't follow the rules, and you obviously became who you are. And so I love the fact that, you would talk for 17 minutes about what you had for breakfast. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I basically, in my columns, I made it about myself. I basically ripped you off. I influenced you. Totally, completely influenced. And I've talked about it throughout my career.
And you're successful. Look at that.
No, it absolutely works.
All right, well, good. Thank you for saying that. Now, what's your problem? This guy seems like a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
First of all, Jason has a big fat hard-on for Barry. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he licks his ass.
Oh, really?
No, I like Matt Berry. I don't know what to tell you. I like him as a person. I like him as a fantasy guy.
Right. Jason's like one of those women that knew nothing about fantasy sports, and then he started following Barry, and that's his messiah. He listens to everything that Barry says now.
Right.
Well, have you ever won the league?
I have won the league.
Oh, look at you.
Now ask Will how many times he's won the league.
Has Will won?
There's a lot of luck involved in fantasy. Okay,
Have you
there
won?
is.
But, Will, the way you're talking sounds like you want Jerry O'Connell back in the day.
No, Barry's all right. He's just a pain in the ass.
Right. So he irks
Why is he a pain in the ass?
Because he comes in, he's new to the league, and he immediately wants to make league changes. And
what kind of changes?
There was something
lots of rules bothered him because they affected him personally.
Right. What were the rules?
I don't know what happened last year, but there was a rule discussion, right?
There's waiver issues.
And I know that Will was pulling his hair out of his head.
Right.
And it's the reason why Will has been our commissioner. He has stepped down as commissioner.
I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job to do.
Right. So he's the commissioner.
What is your problem with the league?
Well, there's no problem with the league. The rule was very confusing.
It wasn't that confusing until it affected you personally.
I didn't understand.
What is the rule?
Howard, I've been playing for 30 years. I do this professionally, right? So I'm like, I play in a ton of different leagues. And so I say, like, look, I don't totally understand this. And I say, does anyone else understand this? And Jason's like, I don't understand it.
His little lapdog didn't understand either.
Right. So then JD texts me, and JD's like, yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't want to get into this publicly. And then John Hine, emails the league.
That's full of shit. John Hine did not say anything.
John Hine emails the league and says, well, here's how I understand the league. So he explains the rule. And then he says, is that right, Will? So even John Hine doesn't understand the rule.
Is anybody doing actual work around here? That's what I'm getting nervous about.
That was the problem.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work going on into this fantasy.
Too much work. That's why I went out. I said, I got to concentrate on the show. Fat boy over there.
No, I'm temporary. I am just taking the lead for a couple months.
And was this ruling changed based on what Matt Berry had to say?
Well, we had already started the league. This was the whole thing. Once the season starts, you can't just change the rules in the middle of it.
I just asked
so
for
that's why all this trouble was. And Matt, I come home. I know Will's. I get into arguments with him on the phone. Then I come home and Matt is.
Who is the biggest nut case in this league? Is it JD?
David Height.
David Height.
It's David Height.
Oh, really?
Okay, first of all, he shows up with a binder
that looks like he's doing his thesis at Columbia University.
Yeah, it was organized.
Very organized, but like several binders, everything like that. And I'm going to preface this. I get along great with David. I like David a lot, except when we play fantasy football.
Right.
Then he annoys the living shit out of me.
Why? Because he has a binder?
Well, no, because one of the great things about playing fantasy is everybody breaks everybody's balls.
Right.
But it's very good-natured. You know, so like I might get up and I might make a pick, and Will take a crack at me, but there's a joke in there.
Right.
Whereas David, he would question you. Gary, why are you doing that? That's really bad.
Why would he question you? I mean,
because that's what what people do. Like, there's always the expert in the league. That's the guy who knows better than everybody else.
Right. Why is it so important to JD to win? What is
he did win once. He did win once. He beat me actually the first year I played.
Doesn't he put an unusual amount of hours into this thing?
First of all, he plays every fantasy sport. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did fantasy sumo wrestling. Like, Matt, he plays it, not just the football. And yes,
how does he have time for that?
I don't know, but Howard, here's what's amazing.
What else is he doing?
Even more, but working for me 24 hours a day. Why do you? What fantasy besides football are you involved in, honestly?
Well, I'm in about four fantasy baseball leagues.
Are you a fan of Matt Berry's, or are you not? You like him? He doesn't irritate you?
Yeah,
he's a good guy. Is David Height irritating to you, too?
Well, you know, when you see someone with a big binder, it's a little annoying.
Is David Height in danger of becoming another Jerry O'Connell and getting thrown out? No, he takes it seriously?
Well, okay, so let me tell you something. So, Jimmy Kimmel's got a league, right? We had heard through the grapevine that Cousin Sal came up with this great idea. The winner of the league on any given year could throw anybody out the next year.
Oh, wow.
I thought this was a great idea. And in fact, there's a story. Tell a story about it.
There's a story that's in the book about 1 year, John Hamm of Mad Men, he's in the league as well, right? And so taping's running long, and they're blowing up his phone. Where are you? Where are you? He's like, I'm coming. Like, let's go. He gets through traffic. They're like, dude, where are you? So he gets there. He's out of breath. His hair's all messed up. He's clearly made unbelievable efforts to get there, and they're like, you're voted out of the league.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that Cousin Sal, he can really be mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Sal's great.
What goes on in fantasy football? There's some fantasy football leagues that are so crazy that the guy who wins can force one of the other guys to get a shitty tattoo.
Yeah, that's what the book is. The book is like lots of the great stories. So there's a league in Omaha, Nebraska. If you go to YouTube and you look for Tattoo League, you'll see it, right? Yeah, the loser of the league has to get a tattoo chosen by the winner.
So literally, if I win, I could say to a guy, "I want you to tattoo your head with a cock on it and cock and balls."
Yeah, their rule is that it can't be on the face and it can't be like racist or offensive, but like embarrassing. So the guy that lost last year has a tattoo of Justin Bieber's face.
And it says fantasy loser.
It's fantasy loser.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Hashtag YOLO swag. Like, he's a 25-year-old dude. He's going to be 50, and he's got Justin Bieber's face on his leg. You know, like it's about that big.
I mean, that is fantastic.
Right.
So we talked about.
That would be a great league. Like a guy has to put his wife up. In other words, the winner gets to pick whatever wife he wants to bang.
So I brought the punishment idea. A couple of years ago, and I said that's a funny idea. So I had the votes, right? And then I think I will waiver it a little bit. A couple of guys thought it was too cruel, but JD is very against the punishment. He's finished last 3 years in a row.
He's last place 3 years in a row. Howard, it's actually harder to finish last 3 years in a row than it is to win the league.
JD, why are you so bad at it?
I don't. You know what?
And you put the most time in.
I draft stupidly. I pick people that I think are going to come back, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
I put in. I vote players, or I pick players too high. I'm just a mess.
So the draft day is the best day for fantasy football. When you get together, you put your team together, the whole season's ahead of you. Wow. Usually you leave feeling pretty good.
Right.
He is miserable after a draft. I mean, just
Why are you
miserable.
I don't understand.
Because the first two picks are pretty basic. You know, it's like all right, but then it's just I don't know. I just fuck off.
So why are you not getting any enjoyment out of this? Why are you torturing yourself?
Because I want to do well. I want to succeed in something in life.
He does one of those things, by the way. He's a huge Bengals fan. He's from Cincinnati, and he tends to draft a lot of Bengals who don't perform because he likes to watch their team.
No, hold on. I don't draft Bengals that don't perform unless they're lower.
Howard, you know what he does?
What does he do wrong?
I'll tell you. He overthinks it. I think it's the same thing with women. I think he just overthinks it too much, and he just gets in his own way.
Wow. Is that the trick to fantasy football? Don't overthink it?
Yeah. And in some ways, you just kind of let it come to you. Yeah,
is there one secret you could give everyone on how to win fantasy football?
Patience. Be patient. people tend to panic and they'll bail on a player like early on, after 1 week and they don't do it. Generally speaking, players will do what they're supposed to do. You have to have patience.
Go with your gut, and your initial feeling was this guy's going to do well. The first game of the season, don't panic.
Right. Yeah. Like that's a
Does
basic.
JD panic? Is that his problem?
He does. He does. He overthinks everything. He'll
come into the draft with like a rule. For example, there's no way I'm drafting Dustin Keller this year. Like that'll be his rule, and then he'll break it like 10 minutes into the draft.
I stupidly drafted D'Angelo Williams a year after he shit the bed, and he shit the bed again.
Right.
I'm a fucking mess.
You know why Jerry O'Connell probably didn't take it seriously? He married Rebecca Romaine.
Right. He's married to a supermodel.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have time to sit there and be doing a draft.
That could be true, or I think we were the 12th league he was in, so the opposite of that might also be true.
He has too much.
Yeah, he got all bitter. I think.
Yes, Chad. Chad, you're on the air in Asheville.
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Why is that?
Well, hey, this guy is supposedly an expert on fantasy football. He wrote a whole fucking book about fantasy football, and his advice is don't overthink it. Any thought about fantasy football is overthinking it. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think the book is more about people's experiences with fantasy football. It's anecdotes, this kind of thing, isn't it?
The only thing more boring than fantasy football is listening to a bunch of fat losers who can't play any sport talk about their fantasy football.
Isn't it true that 91% of the people who play fantasy football are white males?
Not that much, but yeah, it's pretty male. It's pretty male,
but pretty white, right?
Fairly white.
Is that because black people are busy playing football and white guys are busy watching?
Yeah, white guys can't play, so they're just having fantasy.
We haven't really done that study. We got to figure that out. Dial down on that.
Very few black fantasy football leagues. Is that true?
Yeah. No, that's true. But can I just talk about one more controversy that's going on in the league this year? Because we might as well have it out right now.
Go ahead.
So we're a 10-person league. That's a pretty good size. That's your regular size.
Okay.
So there's been talk about expanding to a 12-person league, mostly because JD has enlisted a porn star that he's madly in love with to play, but she doesn't really know how to play. But he told me yesterday she's been studying.
She's studying.
But it's not, I don't want to bring someone who's
going to bring a girl in just because you're trying to fuck her?
I'd rather, no. Well, I don't think I'd fuck her, but...
chances are these other guys will fuck
listen,
her.
I'd rather look at her than David Height on draft day, all right?
So, you know what?
Sorry.
Yeah, but you want people to take it seriously.
Right. I know. You want that too?
Bring her in to put the stickers on the board then if you want. If you want to look at her on draft day, we can get models to come in and do it.
It was just an idea, guys.
He wants an excuse.
It's not just an idea because he's already spoken to her and he's got her working on studying to be in the league.
No, she was doing that before. It's just like, Gary, just leave me alone, will you?
But I'm almost... You know what's going to have Jerry O'Connell end up fucking her, and he's not even in the league.
Listen, we'll stay 10 teams. I don't care. Right. It's fine. I'll finally lose again.
All right, exactly.
There will not be a punishment.
You realize you might lose to a porn star then, right? Do you understand? Can you imagine someone who doesn't know what she's doing at all, and JD still finishes last?
It'll be just my fucking luck.
JD, you got a bad attitude.
And that's what his downfall is. He's having a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Are we not, Robin, seeing the fun of fantasy football right now with these guys acting like idiot 2-year-olds?
It's the genesis of why JD and Jared stopped talking to each other.
Oh, is that...
It was over a kicker.
Oh, you guys were fighting over...
No, listen, he accused me of... the kicker was a whole other thing or something.
He accused you of what?
I picked up someone off a waiver wire, and he started accusing me of how I'm not doing work. I'm worried about fantasy football.
Right.
And then then I got pissed off because I don't like my work ethic questioned, and that's how that started.
Oh, that's how it started.
Yeah.
But still, the JD Jared fight on the Stern Show started because of fantasy football.
Fantasy football, yeah. Well, it's a fascinating topic, isn't it? It really is. What?
There's one other thing that Jason just brought up. When we do, the draft is the most fun day of the year. There's a lot of hope, and everybody brings...
By the way, you're all fired if you show up at that draft.
Everybody brings their best ball breaking and all that stuff. Yeah. But there's one guy that does suck the life out of the room, and that's Scott Sale.
Scott's involved in the league?
He's funny, because here's what he does. He gets up, his papers are all over the place. He's shuffling through papers, and he gets up and he slowly walks to the board and cracks a joke that nobody laughs at.
Right.
And then he picks a guy who broke his leg 2 days ago.
And his players always get injured or don't succeed like they should.
And so he's shitty at that, too.
Right.
Well, he puts the black cloud curse on him.
Yeah, he drafted Matthew Stafford last year, who had come off an amazing season, and then last year, of course, just had a terrible season.
So you're saying when Scott drafts somebody they actually do poorly?
Correct.
They have a bad...
That's not true. That's not true.
You did draft Matthew Stafford last year,
well,
right?
He had a bad year, but the other guys I drafted had good years. I mean, listen, I've never come in last. I finished in the top 6 in made the playoffs every year. I
Okay.
think I missed one. I came in second one year. I'm doing pretty good. It's not like I mean, JD can't even find his way out of a paper bag.
That's the great thing about it, Howard. Is
So in
that
other words, you've beaten JD.
Yeah, but I don't do that much work for it, though. I come in with a bunch of papers and I just start picking. That's why I pick injured players because I got to work here.
Right,
I
you're busy working.
I don't waste.
That's the worst thing ever. Not true.
Why don't you ask Scott how much work he puts into his fantasy baseball league? You think he was a real commissioner of the MLB?
Well, it's all rather depressing to me. I mean, guys, stop wasting your time with this shit and get back to work. The book is called, all right? Now, why do all you guys think that Matthew Berry's wife is too hot for him?
So she's a 10.
She's really pretty.
She's a 10?
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Matthew, how'd you get this stunning-looking woman?
I met her.
You met her?
I met her.
She was impressed with your fantasy football?
No, she doesn't. No, she was not. She was not impressed. You should ask
Your wife
her.
is here with you?
Yes, she is.
Let me take a look at her to see if she's too hot for you. I'll pass judgment
She is,
on the
by the
matter.
way.
If she's too hot, is there a punishment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to divorce. Will you be willing to put her up for the league? So the guys. Oh, whoa. Holy mackerel. That's your wife?
This is my wife.
Oh, for
This is my
God's
wife,
sake. She
yeah.
is too hot. You're way too hot for him. What? Don't you think you're too hot for him?
No.
You don't?
There you go, honey. Thank you.
Do you like the fantasy football thing?
No.
You do not. It bothers you as a wife. And you don't understand it.
I don't understand it. It takes up a lot of time. He's obsessed.
But it's paying the bills.
It's paying the bills.
Yeah,
and he's
come on.
happier. And he's happier.
I'm very
So much
happier.
And the season is 18 weeks. So
Right.
mentally, I'm prepared that once football season starts, there's an end. There's a light at the end
Let
of the
me ask you a
tunnel.
question, and everybody wants to know. This is probably on everyone's mind right now. Would you rather be with Jerry O'Connell for a husband or Matthew as your husband?
I don't know who Jerry is.
You don't know who Jerry is? Oh, my goodness.